All right, all right, all right. As Barrows would say, the candle has been lit. How's everybody doing tonight? Glad to see you. Let's see. We got Barrows in here. We got Heavens Mopar, Scott with an S, Dean Stevenson, and NSB Lee. Welcome, welcome. How is everybody doing? I've been a bachelor for a week, so I've been kind of busy around the house. Dogs to feed, fires to light, all that kind of happy stuff. Plus, I've been doing some work on the website and got a couple more items up. Me and John Cope talked, and I will be selling and distributing all the Casper Maddox stuff, the hats, the shirts, and whatnot is live on the site as we speak. Clint Street Machines, the Brat Fink design is available on a shirt. So we've been doing that. I was working on a truck yesterday, doing some more work on a carburetor. We're gaining on that tune. It's still got a little ways to go, but it's doing a lot better. How is Turbo Tom doing? Welcome. Auto Salvage, welcome. Mohawk Outfits. Hey, Russell, how you doing, man? So, yeah, it's been kind of a busy week. Got the old 22R Toyota I'm working on. Got the block and head down to the machine shop. And we're going to get that all put back together and or machined up anyways. And we're going to get... What the fuck is going on here? Dang assholes everywhere. Well, what a way to make an entrance, JB. How you doing tonight, brother? Good to see you. Big Block is back. Welcome, Steven. That's just funny. That's just a hell of an entrance right there. You're more than welcome to jump in and shoot the shit if you want. Cousin Mike's in the house. How you doing? Good to have you. Haven't seen you in a while. So, yeah, we're just messing around this week and Friday night, unwind. Tomorrow morning, I'll head down to Phoenix and pick my wife up at the airport. B&R's in the house. Welcome. She'll be back. So, yeah, it's been kind of a boring week. What's Mohawk saying here? Yes, ASO Mohawk or ASOS Mohawk. Can you get text on your phone? Mohawk says he can. Right on. So what kind of nonsense is JB up to tonight? That's what I want to know. I'm sure whatever it is, it's good. Probably bonfire of some sort. Hey, Andy, how's it going? Good to see you again. Welcome. Don't forget, you guys, we've got Unity Motorsports Garage. We got hats. We've got the Casper shirt. That turned out beautiful, as well as JB not talking about 318s, as well as the Tunnel Ram Mafia shirt. Everything's in stock, ready to ship. Yeah, JB likes Chevys, but that's okay. Cousin Mike's getting his big Ford out. Got about 8 inches of snow this evening. It's still coming down hard. Yuck! It's been windy here all week. And I guess starting at 6 in the morning, running until 6 o'clock Sunday morning, we got a hell of a wind advisory. They're talking about 40 and 50 mile an hour winds all friggin' day tomorrow. So that's going to be fun. And looking at the 10-day, it's supposed to start getting cold on us again. So I'm glad my wife enjoyed her time in the Caribbean on her cruise ship, because it ain't going to be that warm when she gets back. JB can cut and slice and dice, but he will do it with mercy and compassion. JB knows his stuff when it comes to that martial arts. I'll tell you what, you pissed him off real good. You might get yourself in trouble. Getting up in the 70s here, nice. It's been in the mid 60s here during the day, staying in the 40s at night, but we're supposed to get back down in the damn 20s this coming week at night, so that kind of sucks. It's still staying in the 50s during the day, so I'm good with that, as long as I ain't freezing my ass off. The wind, that 40, 50 mile an hour wind, I don't want no part of that. It sucks. Send mine to hell, laughing my butt off. Send what to hell, ASO? Dean says, ASO, welcome. My dad and you are cut from the same cloth. I might as well just go ahead and mute the phone now. I always forget to do that, and inevitably we get to hear Donald Trump yelling at us, which is okay. I like that ringtone. It's fun. What's up, Lars? Troublemaker? Good to see you, brother. Waiting for a good rainstorm to wash the Illinois road salt away. Want to drive my 454 Chevy pickup. Yeah, I always liked that too. I lived in Wisconsin for a while, and the good stuff went in the garage and did not come out till the salt was gone. Any update on being part of the party on your website? I'd like the first shirt to go to John. I will pay for it. I am actively working on it. You're actually next in line to get set up, Scott. Let's see. Dean says, ASO says, Dean, that's a good thing. What's happening, Jeff? Good to see you, brother. That bird's going to be even badasser when it comes out of Cope shop. Actually kind of hoping to see Cope in here tonight. Since we got some Casper-matic goodness up for sale now. Jason's Garage. Good to see you, man. It's been a minute. How you doing tonight, brother? Two hacks saying I had a mohawk. So yeah, here I'll show you what we got set up. Maybe if I can get this stupid thing to work. Oh, looks like StreamYard changed some stuff up on us. What is going on here? Oh, well, hell. Okay. So we got this goodness up and available. And if you guys want to join the Cool Kids Club and get a Carhartt shirt like the ones that John likes, those are available for sale as well. Yeah, they are a little pricey, but I challenge you to wear one out. Man, them things are tough. Of course, we got the hat and a regular t-shirt. They're priced about where all the other ones are. Casper-matic on the back, CRT logo on the front. It's a good looking shirt. Just in time for the Casper-matic valve body to get released. It's like he's still targeting the first part of the 1st of April to have that stuff out and available. Hey, Jed, good to see you, man. How's it going? Just got done working out and looking for something to do. Well, you got something to do. Hang out in here. Glad you stopped by. And we'll go ahead and show you how to get there. If you go to the website, gunslingergraphics.com, right here, you see the Cope Racing Transmissions page. And that brings you to this, and you can go ahead and look at your other stuff. We're doing a little bit different with John because, he does have his own merch that he sells too, but he wanted me to go ahead and fulfill these orders for him. So that's what we're going to do. And show you the Brat Fink. Oh, shoot. I forgot to turn a switch on, but we got another way we can get there. I'm going to have to go in there and turn that on here in a minute. Well, I'll do it after the live. I wanted to show you the Brat Fink shirt. They're available in white and black. Got the Brat Fink on the front or on the back. This is the back of the shirt. There's the black one. There's the white one. And of course, there's the front. And the front of the white one. So yeah, got some new stuff up. If anybody wants it, go ahead and grab it. That's what's new with the website. And yeah, as Scott Heavens Mopars asked, I am working on a design for him, getting set up. He had a really nice one done, turned out good. And I just need to fix it up just a little bit so I can print it on a shirt. And then we're going to get him set up with a page on the website. It's a little warm in here. Yeah, and of course, don't forget, yeah, absolutely, Redbeard. Shoot me a text or I think you've got my phone number. If you don't, it's on the website. Just a little inside secret that's not a secret, or you can get it from Wilburn. But yeah, shoot me a text or a call or email or something. We'll get you set up. Scott can come shovel snow. Jed says, I'll do it. It's a little warm in here. We'll turn the damn heater down. You going to make it back to No Name this year, Redbeard? Kind of missed having Venom there last year. Car's just badass. Dean says, nice, the spare ribs are causing trouble. They weren't supposed to be here. What do we got going on here? Let's see. Got 20 in here, first 13 minutes. That's not too bad. Glad to have everybody. I am 100% going to try. Awesome. And everybody's favorite Thunder Chicken was going to be back. Bigger, better, faster, louder. Ain't that right, Jeffro? It's going to be one badass C6. Ain't going to break that one. Please, mister, please don't play me 17. So we got just over 200 days to get our crap together and drag it to Sykeston. Is everybody ready? I know that's a joke, right? I know I ain't. Got a lot of work to do that truck, get the damn thing to hook. get the carburetor dialed in. It's just getting stronger. It exacerbates the traction problem. Olivia neutron bomb. Did you get your the rest of your shirts yet, Jed? Ready? No, not yet. I know, right? If you're a little closer, you'd probably throw a rock at me, Scott, for saying that, huh? I'd throw a rock at me. SB says, howdy again, Mohawk. Saw your little short the other night, Todd. You're going to be doing some stuff on the Scamp. Don't know how much that car really needs. It's pretty badass now. Imagine after setting all winter, it probably needs dust blowed out of it, though. Behold the power of yet, right? Throwing walks can hurt people, not JBs, though. Wave at me, Kim. All right.
What's going on?
Making sure it's really you. If I ever get another porn bomb in here, it'll be too soon.
I heard you got one of them. Oh.
Well, that was the second time.
Oh, and 2 of them now?
Yeah.
Dadgum people.
Yeah, now what a pain in the butt. So yeah, that's why. Yeah, wave at me so I know you're real. You ain't some screenshot. So how the heck are you, man?
Not too bad. How you been?
Oh, good. Been pretty busy working with this merch website and stuff. So that's cool. I enjoy doing that. Don't make me quite as much money as some of the other stuff I do, but it's also easier on the body.
You do all the shipping and everything for that?
I do.
Too?
Yeah. I'm making the shirts, selling the shirt. I run the website, of course, and I get the orders. I make them to order. That way I can keep a little bit smaller inventory. I keep the prints, and I got about 75 blank shirts on hand. All the small through 5X, and somebody orders one up, I print it up, and out the door it goes.
I'll have to send you some designs.
Yeah, I'd be happy to do something for you. Yeah, and the way I'm doing it, I've got them priced so I can make a little something, and for every each piece that sells, I want to give the channel $5.
Yeah.
So I want to be a lot more fair than an old Teespring likes to be. I've never dealt with them, but I've talked to several who have, and they just, I guess you got to put an astronomical cost on anything to actually make anything for the channel.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
I've got it set up for that, but I've never followed all the way through with it.
Oh, on the Teespring?
Yeah, because by the time I put a markup on it, it's like I make maybe $1 on every shirt.
Yeah. And you're selling them for how much?
Yeah, I think it was $23, $22. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
But if you was to do something like that, I'd be happy with that as long as you're making something out of it.
Right. Well, that's the idea. Everybody, gets to make some. Well, we'll take this hat, for instance, that I make them, and, I haven't been selling them until now. I actually talked to John on the phone just a couple of nights ago, and he wants me to sell them, make them and sell them for him. So he'll promote them on his website, but, basically just get redirected to mine, and I'll take care of the sale and throw him his kickback. So, this hat, for instance, it's on the website for $18.
Yeah.
And $18 plus shipping gets the customer the hat, but I can sell it. I can still give him $5 out of that $18 and be happy with the profit that I made on the thing. We'll take Andy's Unity Motorsports hats, for instance. I sell them for the same price, the same $18. Spring had them up for 20, or it was 21, I think is what they were. And he said he didn't get a dime.
Yeah.
He said he didn't get a dime. Here.
And they're real low quality shirts. And
yeah,
I've heard you got to turn them inside out to wash them and all that stuff.
I've heard that, but here's the Unity hat. And the ones that Spring was doing, they didn't even bother to clean up the graphic. You could tell it come from a JPEG, and they didn't knock the background off of it, and it had the little white corners on it. And I even asked Andy, I said, and that was in the picture. I thought, well, maybe that's just a shitty mock-up. And I asked Andy, I said, was the real thing actually have them white corners? And I said, yeah. I said, you got to be kidding me. John Wilburn once said that Teespring is to apparel or merch is what Swift is to trucking. I have never heard a truer statement. Just that whole take your money and don't give a shit kind of attitude. Low quality crap. Everybody so far, likes the product, and I'm here to tell you, I'm not nice to the stuff. I'm out rolling around under the hot rods and big trucks and the gravel and this, that, and the other thing, and wearing them. And they hold up. I was laughing at Wilburn one night. It was Wilburn. He was wearing his Tunnel Ram shirt, and he didn't want to put a hoodie on over it because he didn't want to wear out the graphic on the back of it. I said, that ain't going to happen.
Are all the hats form fit like that?
Well, I have different ones. Now this one's not a flex fit. This one's the Velcro back.
Yeah.
I do offer the Richardson 110. It's the flex fit hat. I do not have one in here with me, so you guys are out of luck. But I'm doing that for I'm doing that one for Rapid Transit, because that hat is available in that charcoal gray and neon green that he likes, and his are embroidered. And I do offer, my wife does all the embroidery work, so we do these real soon. The Unity hat will also be available and embroidered. It'll be a couple dollars more, but the embroidery is a little bit more expensive. Just because, she busts her ass to do it, she should get a little something.
Oh, heavens, yeah.
I mean, after all, she's got a lot of money tied up in that equipment.
But that's where it's at, a lot of us would rather give you the money than somebody over in China.
Right. Well, and the other thing, and where I eventually want, after a while, we get enough of these automotive channels doing this on the website, and Gunslinger Graphics is going to be known as the place to go for cool automotive stuff. Somebody, you get involved in the thing, and, somebody might come over to get a Barrows Garage shirt, and they might leave with a Big Block 402 hat and a Tony's Hot Rod Garage mug and a couple of Tunnel Ram Mafia hoodies, who knows? And, maybe they didn't know about them other channels.
Exactly.
And, and they found them on the page, and I make everybody a page, at the bottom of your page. Oh, matter of fact, we got an order now. What did somebody buy? Lars bought something again. What did Lars?
Andy. Spot on there.
Yeah. Hell yes. Lars bought a Casper hoodie. Right on.
Yeah, I'll
Lars
send
has
you some
been,
designs, see what you can do with
yeah,
them.
send me some stuff. And you know, the best stuff comes with no background. It's a lot less work to put into it for me. I mean, I don't mind reworking them, but I'll put so much time into them, and then I'm going to charge you for it. You know, but if you get a decently clean PNG, you know, without a background, they're real easy to work with, and it doesn't take me any time to set them up. And I don't mind doing it. Well, yeah, just like anything else, if I got to put a bunch of time into a design, I'm happy to do it for a fee. Time is money. What was I? Oh, yeah, I was going to show you. I'm going to share this page up here real quick. We'll go to, well, we'll just, we'll use Jed's page for a guinea pig here. I'm going to throw that up. Here we go.
You got Scott Speed up on there?
Yeah, I've actually got quite a few designs for Jed now. This is Jed's page. I've got the Jezebel and the Barracuda. I've actually got the classic pending approval that we got the colors right. I haven't heard back from Jed on that yet. I sent him one to look at. The colors were kind of screwy on the first one, but we'll be doing the classic one for him too. But we've got the shirts and the hoodies both featuring the Barracuda and Jezebel. But if on the landing page, you go to, scotch-speedshop.com, it will take you to this page that you see here. And, it's got a little landing page and talks about, his channel and the merch that he's offering and this, that, and the other thing. But right down here at the bottom, don't forget to check out the channel. And you click on that link and it shoots you over to his YouTube channel. So if somebody happens to be surfing the website, and say they were looking for something from your channel or Clint's channel or whatever, and hey, what's this Scott Speed Shop? And they go click on that link and it takes them right to his channel.
That's freaking awesome, man.
Yeah, so doing it for the community. I'm doing it for the people. I'm doing it for the business. I'm doing it for the cars. I want to be known as an automotive place to go. You want to find cool automotive shit, that's where you're going to find it.
Yeah, and this ought to take off for you a little.
It's kind of jumping. I think we've got, what do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. We got Charger 383 Mopar William, Clint Street Machines, David Vizard, Dust Devil Garage, Rapid Transit Garage, Ryan Barsness, Scott Speed Shop, Tony's Hot Rod Garage, Twisted Mopar Dennis, and of course Unity Motorsports Garage. And we got the doorbell ringing. And it's Mr. Jed. How's it going, brother?
I promise I'm not a porn bot.
You better not be.
I promise you, though, in about 5 seconds, something interesting might happen, though.
Oh, shit. Never a dull moment.
No.
So how the heck are you?
Oh, tired. I should probably be inside, probably asleep, but it was one of those days.
Wishing you were at Indy.
Yeah, I got all my tests done yesterday, and then it kind of hit me. It's like, crap, now this is done. Now I just got to wait for the good news or bad news, and I could cannonball to Indy, but damn.
Yeah, you got to load up and all that. And, I get it. It's a lot of work getting ready for an event like that.
Oh, God.
Let alone getting there. How long's the drive for you?
If you drive straight, it's like 8 hours. I don't know what the mileage is.
Well, that ain't terrible.
No, you can do it in a day. We've done it several times.
Right.
How's the
JB.
weather over there?
Surprise. Okay, I gotta turn my phone back the other way. This is just weird for me. People are gonna have to deal with me being opposite. The weather's actually pretty nice. We had a cold snap. It dropped down to like the 20s and like 30s Wednesday, and it's warming back up again.
Looks like we've got a request for a new design, Jed.
What? A duster? Well, I would do a duster shirt, but the duster needs to be painted because it's never staying primer, or I gotta decide to keep it. I almost decided to sell it today. Again.
Well, you know, Andy, I am working on a graphic for Dennis, Twisted Mopar Garage, and that's a pretty fucking duster.
Oh, it is.
That is a pretty car. And, you know, Dennis is, you know, I was talking to him. He's about, you know, this and that and the other thing. And I said, Dennis, that car does not need help looking good.
Or is Andy wanting my duster shirt because it's kind of a spoof on Dazed and Confused, the O'Banion car?
There might be a
That is
reason
not-
why he wants that specific duster.
I can do that. I've got some really cool shots of the duster.
Well, you know,
Maybe
and this could be one of those things that we talked about, Jed, one of those one-offs that, you know, we do a limited run of. You know, we
Just
make
enough
20
so
or
that
30 of
way-
these things, and when they're gone, they're gone.
Well, and we make just enough money that it buys the paint, so that way I no longer have that excuse.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. See, if I have the paint, then I just need a gun, and then once I have the spray gun, then it's just me. Hopefully, the air compressor doesn't die again.
Oh, shit.
Ooh.
Dust
That's
bust.
always the luck. I think it was like the day I was going to Lizard Skin Jezebel's floorboards, we had to repair the air compressor.
Oh, damn it. It's always something. I know mine's probably about due. I think it's about 30 years old now, so it's probably about due to start giving me hell.
Mm. Stop saying stuff.
I know, right?
You're gonna jinx it.
I can get my logo to you in a PNG format tomorrow. Awesome. Awesome, Scott. You've still got that link I sent you, right? To my server. Just upload that there. He's got a link like the one I gave you, Jed. And I will do the same for you, Kim. I will set up a link and I'll text it to you.
Sure,
And
you got my number.
Yeah, I got your number and I will text it to you. And that link will throw whatever you drag and drop to it straight to my server. No email hassle, no getting lost in this or lost in that. You drag it and drop it, and it goes right to my server, right here in my office.
Cool.
Fix this nonsense.
And that's what I've done with everybody involved. They've got their own upload link that goes straight to I've got a customer uploads folder on my server, and everybody's got their own little folder on there. And it works both ways. I can throw shit in it too, and you can go see it, you know, the same way, you know, like proofing or whatever.
So if I accidentally dropped in the William the Conqueror in there, you'd have access to it, right?
It would end up on my server, yeah.
I've got some heinous photoshops I can put in there.
But you have read-write privileges to that folder. So if you accidentally put something in there, like, oh shit, I don't want them to see that, just delete it.
Oh no, my massive collection of I don't. My Beanie Baby collection. I can't let Tony see that. He's not gonna think I'm a man.
So yeah, I'll be busy most of the day tomorrow, but Sunday sometime I'll shoot you a text. It lasts forever until I shut it down, and once you got that link, you've got a doorway into my server. You'll have your own folder there. But I found that works real well. It's fast because I've got a gigabit connection here, so the server's fast, and it's easy. Sometimes emails bitch and complain about file sizes and this, that, and the other thing. Based on your connection, it could take a while, but I can accept a file as big as 20 gigabytes.
Damn.
Bigger if I allowed it to, but I think 20 is big enough.
Yeah.
We're not exchanging 4K films here.
Not yet.
Yeah, I mean a big Photoshop file is, at 800 DPI is half a gigabyte. I know you sent me a couple, Jed, that were 400, 500 megabytes. I mean, that's nothing. The server laughs at that stuff, and relatively speaking, that's a huge file, for graphic design anyway. But yeah, now it works well. Dean, porn? No porn.
Nope.
Who's Total Tech? No butthole porn.
Nope. None of that.
I think this Total Tech guy, he's the one that was in here talking about somebody's rods knocking last week, and then he disappeared. Not so sure he's real just yet. But he hasn't done anything to get kicked out, so we're not going to play that game.
No, he ain't been heinous yet.
We're out in the shop having fun. Screw you guys and eat fish heads. Well, why don't you turn on your camera and come in here and eat fish heads with us, JB? That's funny.
Very pleasant.
Fish heads and rice. JB, don't be Judy chopping while you kung fu kicking. You might take your leg off. That's funny. Scott saying, hey to JB, fish heads can cause a choking hazard. JB, I had the same Chinese dragon you had on your post. I spent a lot of time in Chinatown, Chicago. Fun times. Toe otter porn. This is officially the weird hour.
Yeah, we just kind
I'm
of
sorry.
right
Do I need to go back to the chat section? What?
God bless America.
I didn't even say anything heinous.
I know, right?
What's going on?
Let's say we get Brian in here, but he's at Indy. Didn't Brian go to Indy?
Yeah, him, William, and all them. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody. Ryan didn't go. Did Ryan go?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
He said he'd be free after 9. Maybe shoot him a message in Discord or something.
See what he's up to. Wendy English, how you doing tonight? Toe otter equals Toyota. Okay, that's better. Indy was good. Right on. One of these years I'll go. It's a long
haul for us.
It's a long haul for us guys over here on the west side of the world, but it'd be
this would have been my 8th year. So
I do want to do Indy at least once. I want to do PRI just once, at least once. I want to do all that cool, hit all these cool deals. I'd love to do Chryslers at Carlisle, but that's a real freaking haul.
yeah.
If you have Barrows in here, it's done.
Got the fork. The one I want to hit that's always been for me is the Redneck Rumble.
Yeah.
Lebanon, Tennessee.
Mm-hmm. That would be fun. Heathens Assembled. What's happening, Blaker?
Howdy, boy.
He's not telling us to assemble. He's confirming that we have assembled. We'll take it.
I won't deny it.
I know, right?
I got a post question.
Yes, sir.
I'm kind of conflicted, so I want to make this Polaris engine kind of stock looking all turquoise.
Uh-huh.
But Dad always told me two things. You never paint aluminum and you don't paint chrome. And I got an aluminum water pump housing and I'm trying to decide, do I paint it or do I not?
I wouldn't.
That's kind of where I was leaning.
It
is just a cheap Chinese piece of crap, though.
It's not it's not a 440 source one, or
no, it's even a little bit cheaper than one of them.
I mean, I've got the 440 source one on mine, and I like it. It's a good housing. It works fine. And it's not painted. Well, you saw the thing in person, but yeah, no, I'm of that same school of thought. I got to agree with your dad. You don't paint aluminum. I mean, timing cover on a small block, that's a different story. Paint that son of a bitch. But yeah, you put aluminum water pump housing on a big block, don't paint it.
Yeah, I don't think I am. We're gonna we got the balancer off of it today, and it's like, well, shoot, we ain't got a new timing chain for a low deck big block. And I looked over that piece of crap 383 that I still just want to light dynamite in, and it has a brand new timing chain in it. We put in there, so we robbed it. I didn't even care to put all the stuff back on the engine. I just threw it on top of it because that engine is just junk. I have never seen
mine. I took and I light coated it with clear, and then I threw metal flake on it, and then I buried the metal flake in clear.
I bet that looked cool.
Yeah.
See, indirect connection. Jason snuck in. Glad to have you, brother.
Sparkles.
Yeah, but you can do a lot of cool shit with clear coat.
Dulls the aluminum.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Mohawk is flying a drone in the dark. Or no, Lars is flying a drone in the dark. Well, they got lights on them. Well, unless you got one of them $29 China ones.
Yeah.
My son's got one. You got to have a license to fly, and it's got to have front lights and back lights, and they got to be the right colors and everything, just like a regular aircraft.
That sounds crazy.
Is it the size of a lawnmower?
Damn near. It actually is pretty good sized. It is probably about 25 inches, something like that. And it's heavy. The damn thing. Yeah, he gave like $4,000 for the fucking thing. I mean, it was not cheap. Wow. It's pro grade shit. He went to college for flying them and getting his license and all that shit. But yeah, it's pretty cool, and it's got a 4K camera on it. I keep telling him I'm gonna drag his ass to No Name with that thing one year.
That'd be cool.
That would be way cool because the video that thing shoots, it's insane. Drone University.
Mm.
That's right. Blake's got a drone.
That's too much.
Or he did have a drone. Last I knew, he was trying to get rid of it. But yeah, this thing, it's a freaking monster. And I get why you got to have a license to have it. Because I wouldn't, if that son of a bitch fell on your head, it would probably kill you. Yep, he did get rid of it. Nope, sold it.
Oh.
They fly UFOs in the dark, but the mothership controls them. Right?
Well, Tony, it's 10 o'clock almost. I'm going to head inside, man. I'll join in the chat room here in a bit.
Right on. Well, hey, thanks for jumping in.
Yeah, I just
Good
want to come in.
seeing you.
Sometime.
Yeah, right on. Appreciate it, brother.
Yeah.
So what kind of stuff you got in the pipeline, Kim?
Oh, lots. Sitting watching the snow fly right now.
Yeah, I heard it was getting kind of crummy up that way.
We got good 8-10 inches out there.
Yikes. No thanks.
Kind of spooky because it was like 50 degrees last week. So I'm hoping my trees last.
Oh, I hate when it does that crap here every freaking year. We get that warm, and we just got it. We're coming back out of it, was it 2 weeks? Yeah, it was 2 weeks ago. We got about 11 inches of snow here at the property. And it took it about a week to melt. It stayed cold. It stuck around. Is this shit ever going to go away? And it finally melted and it warmed up. And this last week, it was actually nice. We were pushing 70s, but the wind was blowing a lot. But yeah, I'll take it over the cold. And coming up next week, we're supposed to start getting freaking cold again and maybe snow again. Damn it.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like this for 2 days. Then we go back up.
Yeah. But I tell you, it does that every year here. The plants and trees will start to bloom, and then they get punched in the face.
Last year, because of it, my apples only got about that big.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, that sucks.
I got
Indirect says it was 71 on Tuesday, and by Wednesday it was 13.
Right on
71 in Wisconsin in February. That's something. I lived in Wisconsin for 5 years. I don't think I ever remember a 70-degree day in February.
Oh, I do
remember the year.
Lift props. I just got to put them together.
Thought I saw a video recently. Or you did a video or a post or something recently. You're working on the 58 again.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've done a video on it, but yeah, they probably cycled around.
Yeah, something. I thought I saw something not too awful long ago. Have no fear, the Dougster is here. Welcome, brother.
Hey, Dougster.
So how is the 58 coming?
Slow. Dang slow.
Big Block 402, it's on the registration page.
Tranny mount and motor mounts made for it.
Oh. That'll be some fab work.
Odd thing is, where I moved it back and everything, the tranny mounts actually lines up with the original cross member.
Nice. So that ought to not be too bad. What are you using?
Oh,
yeah, you using a C6?
No, top loader.
Oh, manual. Right on. That's still just a 2-bolt mount, though, right?
What's that?
That's still just a 2-bolt mount, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that won't be too bad to build. Motor mounts might be a little tricky.
They're only, I've only got to extend them about yay far.
That ain't bad either.
I used those E350, the van motor mounts, and flipped them upside down, and it put them right almost direct in line with the stock mounts for the old Y block that was in it.
Nice. So all you got to do is raise them a little bit.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be too bad then. Think you have it done to haul to No Name this year?
I'm pushing for it.
Nice.
Pushing hard for it. The granddaughter getting born and then dad not doing very well. That's really put a kibosh on everything.
Yeah. Family comes first. Always, always. 201 days, 1 hour, and 1 minute. And he posted that a minute ago. So 201 days and 1 hour. Yeah, I
I'm
don't.
kind of wondering how that car's going to handle with moving that engine so far up. Where I got it set right now, the valve covers are right in line with the tops of the fenders.
Oh, so yeah, you're raising the center of gravity pretty significantly. Yeah. That's a big, heavy car, though. It probably won't affect it too bad.
No, the car curb weight's at 2,900.
Really?
Yeah.
You must have that thing gutted.
No, that was the stock curb weight on them.
Oh, with the Y block in it.
Yeah, and the Y block's heavy.
Mm-hmm. I thought those cars were heavier. I'll be damned.
The Fairlane, the bigger one, is about 3,500. They're actually light cars.
That thing ought to get up and get with that big block in it then.
The 300's a lot smaller than a Fairlane.
Yeah. I'm ready now. I wish it was next week. I'm afraid if it was next week, all you guys would get to see is the same truck spinning the same tires down the same track. Probably worse, because the more I dial in the tune, the stronger it seems to get.
It's just got to go in a straight line.
Oh, it goes in a straight line. It just boils the tires all the way down the track.
That's okay. I'm building it for burnout, so.
Now I got a plan. I just got to bring it all together. Some of it might be a little expensive, but I got 2 patches made for the 68 Coronet firewall made. Then the goal is for this weekend is to install them in the floor, push it out, and then get the charger in so I can rock and roll on it. That will be a car again.
Relative, I think I'm going to run both sway bars on it.
Front and rear?
No, on the front. On the 58, they go under the A-arms. And then 59 uses the exact same A-arms and everything. In fact, the holes are right there for it. But on the 59, it runs on top.
Oh, so you're going to piggyback them.
So I'm going to piggyback them.
That might be something.
And the 59, has the regular pedestal ones.
Right. Just don't get it too stiff. What's Dougster saying? Got one of my potatoes I gave to Cope last week and is headed to Just Mopar Joe to sign and send to someone else. Have potato will travel.
And the reason I'm doing that is because I got them, so.
Right. Well, worst thing can happen is don't work and take one of them off.
And they're not very big around. They're a pretty
Yeah.
small sway bar.
You might find out that might actually work real well because you're adding a bunch of weight to it. Well, maybe not. Those Y blocks are freaking heavy. Have you compared the weight to the Y block versus the 385?
250 pounds lighter than that big block.
So you're adding about 250 to the front end.
Yeah.
It's not too bad.
But I moved it back, way back. So
You set it back towards the center of the car.
yeah, it went back and up.
Yeah, well, going back helps a lot too.
Yeah. Rough, kind of a rule of thumb. For every inch you go back, you take 100 pounds off.
Right off the front axle.
Yeah.
But
And
at the end of the day, you said
when
you're
I got it
building
in there, my A-arms are all the way at the top. That's
Gotcha.
sitting, with the weight of the engine, transmission, everything.
Oh,
I took all the weight off the front end.
so you might actually have to put a lighter spring in it.
Yeah, thinking about bagging it.
That'd be cool.
It's just that York compressor kind of looks out of place up there.
Oh, you were thinking about using a York compressor for an air source instead of an electric one? Yeah, they work good.
Oh, so much better.
Very first service truck I ever had was a 64 Chevy. 1 ton with a flatbed on it. I picked it up from the neighbor across the street for $2,000. Had a blown up 305 in it. I built a 350 and stuck in it, and I got a 40-gallon propane tank and mounted right up against the back of the cab on that flatbed. And I hung a York compressor on that engine, and I used a regular electric cutout switch like you would on a regular 220 household current air compressor. Wired it to the clutch and the battery, and it worked freaking great. Kept 130 pounds of air pressure in that tank all the time. Compressor would come and go as it please.
On our homemade tractor, we did the exact same thing, but it's on a 2000 cc pin.
Yeah.
So if you have to go out back and fill up a tire, or it'll even run air tools.
Right. Well, see, that was why I did what I did on the service truck, was so I could run impact tools. I mean, we didn't have all this fancy battery shit back then. Mr. Cope finally shows up. How you doing tonight, brother?
And when showing off your off of them, it's instant. It'll almost hop.
Right. Well, yeah.
Right up.
Because they move a lot of air.
Those little 12-volt compressors I got,
oh, they're slow.
You throw the switch and wait 5 minutes, smoke a cigarette.
Yeah, maybe 10 minutes later, you get a 1-gallon tank filled.
And your bags are slowly coming up.
Right. Yeah, no, they suck.
I got a couple of them.
I don't think I have any kicking around anymore. I did for a while, but I think finally found some poor sap to buy them. Because they're about useless as tits on a bull. Mr. Cope says the house is full of hill jacks tonight. John Cope, we've been discussing Murphy's Law, how you treat your spuds. Showing off the CRT page on the website a little bit ago. Maybe we'll get some bites on the Casper shirts or Casper-matic shirts. That'd be cool.
Yeah, and I'll advertise that around. Throw it on my community and throw it in my descriptions for you.
Yeah, like I said, we got all them channels on there now. Like I said, I did a little bit different for John, but he's got his own right there, kind of in your face deal on the. I showed you guys on the home page, Cope Racing Trans. But
Do
yeah,
you
that
put
valve
that
body.
in your website link in all your descriptions?
I do. As a matter of fact, if you look at this channel description, there is every channel is tagged with the at so and so's channel, and then there's the link to that particular page as well as the main homepage link. Yep, it's in all the video descriptions. Not that I've done much in the way of videos besides lives lately, but I actually, I just set YouTube. You can set it up in Studio where it automatically puts all that stuff on your video descriptions. So
Your autofill or whatever they call it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You program it in, and whatever you type in for a description, it automatically adds all that preset shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, everybody that's involved with this, what I'm doing is listed in every video.
I do that with my tags too.
Yeah.
I have a bunch of preset tags that just automatically, every video, boom, it just automatically throws them in. Like my channel, my name.
Right. My email address that people still can't seem to find for whatever reason, but it's there. I bought some more Castle Hastings Lube Division. The old Casti mascot was named Casey. I have a can with him named on it coming, and it's old. That's awesome. Then I'll be taking a road trip to the Seattle area to pick up corn at Rooftop for the inner structures for the Charger and getting some other parts while I'm there. Life is nonstop. Right on.
That it is.
Did you ever get your money back from that jackass?
Uh-oh, somebody took him?
Oh, you did? You didn't hear about that?
I didn't.
Oh, shit.
I've been in California for quite a while.
Well, you know about the top that he bought on the East Coast, and everybody kind of got together to help it move across the country. Well, after it left Jason's place, it evaporated.
Oh, no.
And the guy came up with some 2 payments of $25. I'd have that asshole in jail. But it was on Facebook, and Wilburn posted it, and in his community page and stuff. 57 runs while standing in front of the screwdriver gem. Shit. That's funny. But yeah, and then the guy comes back with a lamest ass story. His rig burnt down, his phone was in it, and blah blah blah. I could smell that bullshit from a mile away. But yeah, no, and it couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. I mean, who the hell? He spent your money and couldn't afford the trip, right? The real reason the top didn't get there, he spent your money and couldn't afford the trip. Yeah, 2 payments of $25. I'd have that bastard in jail.
Shipping's always spooked me on that.
Well, yeah, and it's not like it's a super easy part to find. It's a freaking 2nd-gen Charger roof, for crying out loud. I mean, I've only been looking for a good one for my 3rd-gen for 30 years, so eventually I'll get out to Indiana and get that one from Patrick. But If I get the trailer I want, I might try and work something, get it on the way home, take a detour on the way home from No Name or something. I really need to get that from him, that parts car. Tell them your lawyer will be reaching out, right? You know, what's the going rate, interest rate on a credit card these days? About 35% APR, something like that.
Say, yeah.
You know, I calculate it 35% APR, Scott, compound it daily. God knows the IRS wouldn't mind doing that to you.
Oh, heavens no.
Matter of fact, I think their interest rates are even worse. I think they get you for more like 98%. $99 APR. You talking about the IRS, John? It's ridiculous. KGB, I mean the IRS. Might as well be.
Like those title loan places.
Oh God.
Boy, talk about a swindle swine there.
You might as well just sell your car to them.
Yeah.
I mean, that one of those are the kind of deals you never, ever, ever get out from under. You go in there and borrow $100, you will pay $5,000 back. I might be exaggerating. I don't think I've never, ever, ever used one of them places.
And that guy that started that big one, he was a race car driver.
Dougie or Tater went to Arkansas. What was that, Kim?
That guy that started the big ones, the title loan places. He was a race car driver, had a Formula One race team.
Really?
And he headquartered it out of Oklahoma on the reservation so you couldn't sue him.
That's about as chicken shit as it comes.
They finally got him. I think he's in jail now. Then I'll buy what's left of that Charger from you.
Yeah, as soon as he found out I'd made that deal with Patrick, or was making a deal with Patrick, he latched on to it. Depending on the car, I may rebody it. You know, it's hard to say. You know, there comes a point when you work smarter, not harder. Anybody want to hear my Nazi knock joke? Hell yeah, I do. We ain't scared, and anybody that don't like it can leave.
Was, das Gutentheit.
Nah, this is the live stream where friends hang out. I had to laugh. I was scrolling Facebook Marketplace earlier, and I was seeing some of the reels.
Uh-huh.
I tripped over a reel that was going on about the government and the bullshit taxation. And at the end of the day, I forget what it said. You're a free range human on a taxation farm or something like that. And it totally rang home with all the bullshit, you know, and I had to comment on it. I said, fuck the government, and then the middle finger emoji. And Facebook came back and said, you shouldn't post that because your post may contain racist comments.
What part was that?
Right?
What part in that was?
Racist.
What color was your middle
could
finger?
see,
I guess.
I did use the word fuck, so I could see it, balking about foul language or vulgar language or this, but racist. I had to laugh. I actually screenshotted it. I did. I actually screenshotted it. I had to laugh, and I made it posted anyway. So no, screw you. So they'll probably put me in Facebook jail, but I don't care. Spend more time in Facebook jail than I do actually on Facebook. It's retarded.
Yeah, I can't stand Facebook. I haven't opened mine in probably a year now.
The comment may contain racist language or other content that goes against our community guidelines. If you post this comment anyway, it may be hidden from other people. If your comment repeatedly goes against our guidelines, your account may be disabled. Please?
You can tell it's a copy paste. Somebody sitting in the office there just
Yep.
copy,
Oh, yeah.
paste,
No, it's not even a person. It's a damned AI probably. But hell, I got a kick out of one the other day. I forget who the hell posted it. Somebody, but they were talking about a transmission naturally, and they used the word trans.
Yeah.
And
They got me on that.
It was grayed out that it could be offensive. And did I really want to see it? Well, yeah, I want to see it. So you click the damn little deal. You know how Facebook does that. You click the damn little deal, and it'll show you the post. And it was a perfectly fine comment. They just, they contracted transmission to trans.
Yeah.
And it disgusts me.
Mine, it was tranny. I put tranny.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I've been hit for that too.
Tranny swapped in a 58 Ford Fairlane. And they put me in jail for that.
Market Mohawk says it best. Fuck Facebook. If it wasn't for Marketplace, I would never get on it. Yeah. Well, I've been on it more this week than anything because, like I've said, my wife is on vacation and she makes her money on that damn platform. She markets her business on Facebook, and she's got a group on there. And so I don't know, she's got 6,000 or 7,000 members in it now. But I've been kind of keeping an eye on it and make sure keeping the spam bots out and shit like that. So I've been on Facebook more this week than I really care to be in a year. But I gotta say, I gotta give credit where credit's due. She rakes in quite a bit of money using Facebook as a vehicle. Several $1,000s a month she makes. So we'll take it.
That's not bad.
Selling her cute little embroidery things, little files. She sells what they are is the file. If you have an embroidery machine, you can buy it from her for $2 or $3 or $4, whatever the design is, and plug it into your machine and make that thing, whether it's a little cute bunny rabbit or whatever, hell, she's got thousands of freaking files. But that's what she does. That's what she sells. She makes several $1,000s a month selling little embroidery files. She spends several thousand hours a month in front of a computer designing them too. She works her ass off.
It ain't easy.
No, she works her ass off. She said something the other day. She called. I didn't talk to her in 4 days because she's in the freaking Caribbean and roaming charges her. She heard horror stories about the $500 phone call and shit. So she just put the phone on airplane mode the whole time. But yesterday morning, she called me early as hell because it wasn't early as hell in the Dominican Republic. She was at a Starbucks and got on their Wi-Fi and used the VoIP to call me, and she's having a good time.
That's good.
She said something about it. She spent a little more money and she wanted to. You know what? Work your ass off. Have fun. Yeah. When are you ever going to do this again? Indirect says, I'm on Facebook for Marketplace. That's the same. Still doing time in Hockey Talk Prison. I'm still doing time where a man's not forgiven, right? Cope says trans fluid. That was me. YouTube deleted my comment for saying tranny. Now this was on this incident that I was talking about was on Facebook. It was just a few days ago, but yeah, I've had comments for saying tranny deleted on YouTube as well.
I had one day Max Wedge Dick Dastardly a mod, so his comments would always show up.
Right,
they would knock him out because of his name.
Dick. Was it because of Dick?
I think so.
No way.
It's a name.
Right. Did I ever tell you guys about the time that we're back to my wife's business and her Facebook group? One of her, she's got helpers. They test her files for her and stuff. Then, they're in a group that they all chat and have posts and stuff. But this gal was being polite and she said shoot instead of shit. She got put she got put in Facebook jail for 30 days. They accused her of wanting to have violence against somebody. Because I said, next time, just don't say shit. Say fucking shit. Say fucking asshole shit. But you can't say shoot. I mean, that took the cake, man. I mean,
shit will only get you 3 days. Shoot, that got you the full 30.
I don't think shit gets you anything anymore.
Shit happens, man.
Yeah. And that's just how stupid their AI algorithm is, shit or shoot. Any human being over the age of 3 would understand that was the polite way of saying shit and would have left her alone. That was clearly an algorithm bot, and they would. And Facebook, she went after them, and trying to turn it around, and they wouldn't hear about it. I mean, this person they market and sell on Facebook too. I imagine that really put a hamper on their business for that 30 days. If that happened to my wife, that would suck. That would cost her probably $5,000 or $6,000 to get locked out of Facebook for a month.
A misunderstood word.
Yeah, by a fucking robot. And I'll tell you what, if it did happen, to my wife, I would sue Facebook. The maximum allowable by law. And most petty lawsuits are 3 times the amount. So I'd start out at 15 grand. Not that I'd get it, but fucking bastards. Now, if it wouldn't hurt my feelings if Facebook just didn't boot up tomorrow morning. It really wouldn't.
If it didn't, somebody else would be right there with another one. They'd go back to MySpace or whatever it was.
As long as it wasn't Mark Zucker turd, I'd be all right. Or somebody like him. What's more offensive, tranny swap or Bruce Jenner, Dylan Mulvaney scissor fest? I think I'm going to lose my dinner, John.
Now that's something you won't see on a Wheaties box.
No. And I'm glad you called him Bruce. it curdles my blood when they call him by that female name that I refuse to say, because he's not her. He was born with a dick and his name is Bruce. If he cut it off, that's his business. He's still Bruce.
Yeah, Caitlin's living on Bruce's fame.
Yeah, which is stupid because it became Caitlin because it didn't want to be Bruce. But it's okay to live on Bruce's fame. It's all about attention grabbing. It's what it is. It's all about attention grabbing. Now, if you want to do that, if you want to go home and do what you do in your bedroom with whatever you want to do it with,
Go ahead.
More power to you. But when you try to shove it down my fucking throat, that's when I got a problem. When you put it on the television so my kids are forced to see it, that's when I have a problem. If I had small kids at home still, they wouldn't be allowed to watch fucking TV these days. I wouldn't allow it. It's absolute garbage. Looks, do we have a spammer? I think we have a spammer.
Did we?
Oh, John Wilburn got him. Thanks, John. Yeah, we had a spammer, but Wilburn got him knocked out.
John's good at that.
He is. Appreciate you, John. Fuck Zuckerberg, that piece of shit. Asked the president of China to name his kid commie-loving fucktard. I couldn't have said it better myself. Damn. Oh shit. I quit. I give up. That was a good catch,
Right,
Jay. That was a good catch, Jason. At least somebody's on their toes. John Wilburn is the ace. Yes, he is. They can't shove it down your throat. It's chopped off. Fucking disgusting bastards.
It's like the EV thing, you know. I've said it many times. I'm not anti-EV. I would own one if it was practical here. If I lived in San Diego, you bet your butt I'd have an EV. But when they
if I could trust
it on you,
yeah,
that's a different thing. That is an absolute different thing.
Exactly. If I could trust the thing not to burn my fucking house down. Yeah, you know, when the technology is perfected and it's there and we're ready for it. Now, I personally would not want an EV in San Diego because California doesn't have the infrastructure to keep its people's fucking air conditioning running in the summertime, let alone put 200 amp charging stations in every damn garage. Now, I've heard some of these bigger EVs are taking 400 amp charging stations.
Yeah.
Most homes don't have a 400 amp service even coming to them. Most homes only have a 200 amp service coming to them. Some older homes don't even have that.
And then you got to put another 200 amp on your garage to run the charger.
Right.
So that's 400 amps.
Well, see, that's what I was saying. Most homes may have a 200 amp service coming to them, but if you expect to put a 200 amp load, you need 240 amps going to supply that load. You never run a circuit at more than 80% of its capacity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In another life, I was an industrial electrician. You don't forget some of that stuff.
The thing that scares me about them, though, I did a video on it, on the gas tax.
Yeah,
If
that was a
everything goes
great
electric,
video.
how are we going to pay for the roads? Because EVs use the roads.
That
You're
was
gonna see-
I remember that video. That was a great video.
You're gonna
I
see some
actually
pretty
watched
weird
I actually
things.
watched that video twice.
No, thanks.
Yeah, there was a lot. No, there was a lot of good information in that. You did a lot of homework on that. That was a great video.
I mean, California, you know, gas prices there suck. But the gas that they're getting there is about the same price as it is here. It's just the way that they put the tax on top of it.
Right. It is.
That
It's
makes
all
it
it's all the taxes.
outrageous.
Heavens Mopar, Scott, just like the COVID vaccine forcing you to get it, you lose your job if you don't get it. Pure bullshit. Absolutely. They were dishonorably discharging people out of the military one of my son's friends took the hit because he wouldn't take the jab. He was in, what was he? Marine Corps, I think. And he got out because they hit him hard. I think they hit him with a dishonorable. I know they threatened him with it. I'd have to ask my son, but I know they threatened him with a dishonorable. You know, fuck you. Hey, Blake. Some call him Blake Squared. How you doing tonight, brother? Two Hag says the clot shot, fuck that Branch Covidian malarkey, right? I'll shoot you with something and it better clot. if it don't, you're a goner. Yeah. Nah, I always said fucking you're welcome to try. But I'll give you a shot, and it's going to be a lot bigger than that needle. Blake Squared Onator.
And the whole thing around it. I mean, it was an untested total.
Well, see, and Jeffro hit the nail on the head calling it the clot shot, you know, because I think there's been more deaths related to that damn shot from either, you know, heart attacks or blood clotting than the actual virus.
And it's a virus. It changes all the time. It's like the flu shot. You get the flu shot. Chances are you're going to get the flu.
Yeah,
it only helps for some.
Yeah. I didn't wear the fucking masks. I didn't get the shot. I think I did get COVID. I got something that kicked my ass real good for about a week and a half. I didn't go get the test. I didn't play the game. I ate Tylenol and ibuprofen to keep the fever at bay and laid in the bed. And one day it went away. And here I am. You know, it's like anything else. A close friend of mine here locally, we all thought he had the COVID here not too long ago. I mean, it kicked his ass. He was in the hospital bad. He was down for 3-4 weeks. And we thought like hell it was COVID, and it wasn't. And the funny thing was the doctors admitted that it wasn't. And you know why they admitted that it wasn't? Because they ain't getting paid to lie about it anymore. Yeah, it was just the flu. He just had the flu, but it damn near killed him. You know, and to my point, it's just another flu bug. The flu can kill you the same way this damn COVID can. Fuck Fauci. But I do agree with that statement. Yeah. I wouldn't waste a gallon of good beer piss on him if he caught fire. I would dump a gallon of gas on his ass, though.
If there was one good thing that came out of all of that, though, we showed the entire world what happens if you shut the economy off, even for just a little bit.
Right?
I mean, it was devastating and took a long time. We're still trying to get back from it. Shows you how delicate, the world economy really is.
Well, we still haven't recovered from that bullshit. It's instilled laziness. This whole no account lazy mentality these people have these days was born to that COVID crap. Stay at home and let the government support you.
Now we have like a soft minimum wage of about $12 to $15 national average.
They
had to raise the price, wages to get people to come back.
Well, sure,
it's not the national, hard number, but that's what people have to offer to get people to work. And with that, now prices are climbing, and
well, sure,
the way they're trying to combat it is weird.
It's gotten to the point to where, and you hit the nail on the head. It's downright bribery to get somebody off their ass to come to work. And you couple that with printing billions of dollars with no gold or precious anything to back it, to send over frickin' seas, and the value of the American dollar further declines. And here we are. And this is what you get.
A snowball.
Yeah. I call it monopoly money. They print all the monopoly money, but I was just talking to somebody the other day about this, but it was in Ken's live on Monday, Tall Garage, Ken's live. We were talking about this. The gold standard needs to come back. That was the worst thing they ever did to the economy, was got rid of the gold standard. And I completely
just to a degree. We don't need to go completely on it. That cost Scotland its independence twice.
I get that, but right now we're running on frickin' monopoly money.
We're running on the petrodollar. And
that's about as volatile as a fart in the wind.
Because the United States dollar is the petrodollar.
Yeah.
And that's, oil. The price, we dictate the price of oil.
Right. Yet we don't use any of our own. We'd rather pay the fucking Arabs for it. Let's see. I had to get it, but I was ready to walk out. The wife had me fill out the form. They accepted it. Kept my job as a custodian. Lots of sick kids all the time. I was always cleaning up after. I never got it. You never got the COVID, or you never got the jab, or you never got either. Fargo wood chipper sounds appropriate, right? The COVID thing was a test run to see how far we could be pushed into compliance. Round 2 will be worse. Absolutely. There was I forget his name now. He was a reverend on YouTube that put out a great video on that and the test on compliance. I've still got that video saved somewhere. I shared the shit out of that video because it made sense. My daughter caught it, but my wife and Silver never got sick. Weird shit. Yeah, some people never got sick. I got sick, but I didn't get sick, if that makes any sense. I got a fever. I got a hell of a fever. but I didn't get any of the respiratory shit. I didn't lose my taste or smell or any of that like they talked about. I mean, I never had a hard time breathing. I never got phlegmy or any of that, but I had a fever from hell. It wanted to hang out at like 104. I had to eat frickin' ibuprofen and Tylenol like candy, like every 3 hours to keep it at 101 for a solid week. That sucked because you know how fevers beat the shit out of you. But that's what it did to me. And like I said, I never got freaking tested. It might not have been COVID. I just figured it was because it was right in the middle of all that shit. If it was, it was. If it wasn't, it wasn't. I don't really care. I got sick. People get sick. It kicked my ass for a week and I moved on. My wife got it first. Kicked her ass for a week for damn near exactly the same amount of time. She was like a day away from being better when I came down with it, and we counted the freaking days, and I was done at the same amount of time she was done. It was weird. Germany wants to go full e-cash. The only way you can spend your money is to take whatever the government no, fuck that.
No way.
Can I flip burgers at McDonald's? I don't have a cute ass, but I sure suck.
I always carry cash with me because sometimes the card reader at the gas pump don't work. And if you ain't got no gas,
we can't
goes that way. It's got to have a backup.
I say this all the time, what Jeff just said. We can't house the homeless veterans in this country or take care of the elderly, let alone pay for the health care and the caretaking of not just homeless, but disabled veterans that fought for what we call freedom, gave their parts of their bodies, most of their lives for our freedom. And we leave them out in the streets to rot, but we can send billions of dollars to the fucking Ukraine, which in my honest opinion, 2/3 of that is being laundered and funneled right back into Joe Biden's personal fucking checking account.
All of it. Lady Bird is alive and well.
Yeah, 100% right, Jeff. That is my biggest pet peeve. I have said this for years. You can't give what you don't have to give. I am not a complete heartless asshole. I will help people. But you know what? If I've got 4 people in my family to feed, and I've got 5 hamburgers that I made for dinner, and a guy needs a hamburger or needs something to eat, I'll give him a hamburger. But if I got 4 hamburgers and 2 kids and me and my wife, sorry, dude, I ain't got a hamburger for you. It's simple. I'll give you the shirt off my back, but I can't give you any more than that. It's not that I'm not for helping people, but when we don't have a single homeless veteran, a single veteran seeking medical help, and not this bullshit they do to them at the VA, which, I'm not a veteran. I did not serve in the military, but I have a lot of friends that have, and I have never, ever talked to one of them that did not have multiple bitches or gripes about the way their health care is handled at the VA hospitals.
It did get a little better 4 years ago.
And,
under somebody else.
Right. Somebody that actually gave a damn.
Waiting 6 months for a doctor's appointment to, a week. So, it did help under the last guy.
You can say it. Trump.
Yeah.
If you want to take me down for saying Donald Trump, YouTube, fuck you. You can come over here and suck my dick. No, we don't play that on this channel. Fuck YouTube. If it's gonna take away my freedom of speech, then I just don't need it either. I enjoy YouTube for all of you guys. That's what I get out of YouTube. And at this point, I have most of your all phone numbers. So if YouTube evaporated tomorrow, we'd continue to be friends. I never got the jab or COVID. Yep. No, fuck that jab. We can't house a home. Oh, yeah, we already read that one. Kim, yes, true, but many countries are going BRICS.
Boy, and Europe is in all kinds of craziness right now. The tractor farmer protests. Have you watched any of that?
No.
Oh man, that is classic. They pull up in their manure spreaders and cover the capitals with manure. Check it out. All of Europe has erupted into it.
Good.
Protesting over that new Green Deal.
Green New Deal bullshit. Who was that? Again, I was talking to somebody.
Irish ranchers to slaughter, what was it, 600 something thousand cattle because of the cow farts, causing the greenhouse effect.
Yeah. So they started.
They're lined up and protesting, shutting things down.
I remember back in the 90s.
Pretty cool.
I remember back in the 90s, the comics that were circulating around in California with cows. There were pictures of cows with catalytic converters shoved in their asses. Serious. I mean, these were serious in-print comics that were circulating around. I remember seeing them, because I grew up in Southern California. I remember that stuff. And I remember laughing about it back then.
I think it was on Bloom County, wasn't it? Good old Burt Brethard. I love that comic strip.
Yeah.
Opus and Bill the Cat.
Yeah. John says he won't get the heart problems from the jab either. Me neither. I got the OG COVID, lost the senses, had the fever, was very fatigued, but that was the worst for 7 days. Yeah.
Yeah, it affected everybody.
Yeah, I didn't lose the senses. I didn't lose the senses, but I got the fatigue and the fever, and it took me a week or two to get back to having all my strength back. Once I felt better, I was just weak. But old Biden is trying to spend as much money as he can while he can. Yeah, while he can mooch it off of us taxpayers. How many jabs does it take to get caught up now? 11 or so? I don't know, and I don't care. I don't know, because I ain't taking a damn one of them. Same here. I got COVID, still went to work. I always feel worse being sick in bed and sick in fresh air. Yeah. The best way, if you've got the strength to do it, best way to get over being sick is to get out in the fresh air and move around. It disgusts me that our freedom to opt out wasn't respected. No one's freedom to get the shot was infringed. Everyone should have been happy. Exactly. But like you said earlier, it was a prerequisite. See just how far they could push it.
I like what the governor of Wyoming said when they came out and ordered, social distancing. And he come out and said, social distancing, we've been doing that for the past 150 years.
Right.
This is Wyoming.
They sell our oil to other countries at a cheaper rate than buy it back at a higher rate and charge us more for what we originally had. This is done to line their pockets for the price. Yeah, exactly, Blake. Exactly. I'm pretty far behind on these comments, ain't I?
Funny how he just opened up all of the drilling now.
Right. Well, how can anybody forget the very first move that bastard did when he sat down behind that desk?
Shut it all off.
Yeah. So what is this approving the drilling? Is it supposed to be some kind of fucking redemption for the Democrats?
Killed the Dakotas.
Kiss my ass. You know, it's ridiculous.
And now they're back on that stupid high-speed train from California to Vegas. Do you know how long they've been working on that? Over 20 years they've been building that dang thing, and the money just disappears. And then they'll shut it down.
Yeah. Oh,
This
yeah.
friend of
Well,
mine's
it
been
disappears into
working on
somebody's
that for
pocket.
quite a while.
Couple of decades. It's been more than a minute.
Yeah.
Trump 2024. Abso-fucking-lutely.
And they just got a hold when Biden went there with and met Newsom. Ugh. Oh God, I hope he doesn't run.
True billion is 1,000 million. Yep.
And got another big old wad of cash from the government to start that up again.
I will proudly vote for Trump for the fourth time on Tuesday. My ballot is already filled out, but I will not put it in the mail. It will be personally handed to somebody. It's sitting on the table. It's done, filled out, signed, sealed, ready to be delivered.
Here, you still have to show ID. Go in. You have to go in, show ID, and vote.
Yeah, they've done away with the whole ID thing over here. It pisses me the fuck off.
Did?
Yeah. Well, that Democrat bitch stole our governorship over here. So, you know, I still can't get my head around that. How in the fuck do you operate the election you are a candidate in? How is that? In what world is that legal? That is how the fucking bitch, Katie Hobbs, it burns my throat to say that name. She was our Secretary of State. She did not resign. She ran the fucking election. Shouldn't she have resigned her position prior to the election starting? That is what we call a conflict of interest, boys and girls. So, yeah, you know, now we got this illegal, alien-loving, faggot-loving, fucking whatever you want to call her, running our state over here. And then one of the first things they did was did away with voter ID. So all these fucking illegals can vote. That's all the illegals are. That's what this whole plan was. Every single illegal immigrant that's been allowed to cross the border is a Democrat vote paid for by me and you. Me and you pay that by supporting these bastards, by paying the taxes that feed the sanctuary cities. We have bought these votes for these fucking Democrats by allowing these. That's what they are. That's all they are. They don't care about these people. They're nothing but a vote.
Well, yeah, once they get here. And the bad thing about it is there's probably some of them, just like Jeff is saying here, some of them are probably wanting to do the right thing. And for every one that comes across doing the bad thing like that, it's a spit in the face to all of them who are trying to do it the right way. I mean, I'm only third generation here. My great grandpa was from Sweden, came over here on the boat, went through Ellis Island and all that too. And yeah, did the same thing. Learned English right away. He had an accent until the day he died, but you know, he learned English, patriotic as patriotic could be.
Yep. My grandfather, my dad's dad, was Lithuanian. He is the one that changed our name from Rostowski to Ross.
Really?
If it wouldn't have been for that, my last name could potentially be Rostowski, Lithuanian. He
With the
came over
regular
here.
beard and everything, I thought you was Scott.
I that comes from my mom's side.
Oh,
Yeah, there's Scottish, and my mom they're both, my mom and dad are both passed, long past. But anyways, my grandfather came over here, got his citizenship, was an electrician for the United States Navy for 30 years. That's how you come to this country. And I'm not saying you got to come over here and join the armed services. That's what my grandpa did, but he did it right. He learned the language. He got the citizenship. He changed his name because that's what he wanted to do. And as the story goes, he changed his name because he was too lazy to write it. That was actually the story. It was too long. He was too lazy to write it out, and he changed it to Ross. But
Slavic names get kind of tough. I mean, good Lord, can I buy a vowel, please? Good Lord.
I know, huh? So technically I would be third generation. My grandpa's the one that came over here. So, there's nothing wrong with immigration, but just do it right.
Yeah. Well, if you don't, I mean, to get a job here, you got to show 2 forms of ID. You got to have a social security number. If not, you can't get hired. And if you hire somebody illegally, you get fined up the wazoo. You get in big trouble for that. You could lose your whole business and go to jail for hiring these people. So
it used to be that way here. It used to be that way here. The Democrats have undone it. Yeah, they run rampant here. And like I always say, if I drop dead, please don't let me vote Democrat. Yeah, the border thing pisses me off. My mom and her parents came here under political asylum. They never took a dime and assimilated to the freedoms they didn't have but wanted. Now, every month at the VA, I have a new doctor who has to be told what I have had done or what pills I have to take. It's nuts. That's kind of ridiculous. Green is the new red.
Yeah.
Mohawk, I got a new doctor last year at the VA. Has just refilled my stuff that private doctor gave me and sent me for an MRI on my back. My dad always thought Obamacare was a disaster because it was basically expanding in the VA's mess of administration to everyone. Obamacare is taxation without representation, pure and simple.
And it's garbage.
Well, and it's garbage. It's garbage. But the worst piece of fine print that all these ads that you see pushing Obamacare fail to tell you is that is subsidized. And I'm going to make the math real easy. Let's say your insurance premium is $1,000 a month and Obamacare gets it to you for $200 a month. That's $800 a month that is subsidized by the United States government, aka the American taxpayer. $800 a month times 12 months is what? $8,900. That is taxable income. When you do your taxes the following year, that is taxable income. That is taxation without representation. Period. They aren't giving you shit. They're lying to you and making you believe that they are. And then they tax you on it.
It made insurance
Ain't that
premiums everywhere
special?
go through the roof.
Yeah. Well, sure.
Which it will. Look at what car
Sure.
insurance did when they made it mandatory that you had to have insurance, which is a good thing, really.
Yeah,
But
I'm
when
not.
they did
I'm
that,
not so much against that.
insurances went up. You know, you had to pay more for it. Why?
Yep.
Because you had to have it, so they had you by the short hairs.
Yeah, it's by the balls. Exactly. Yeah, it's disgusting. I haven't
And the
said
same thing
morning
when
shift.
Obamacare hit. You know, it did the exact same thing with the medical insurance after that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and it keeps driving the rates up, and it's a win-win situation. The insurance companies get more profit, and so does the government, because they tax you on all that subsidized money.
And all the specialized medicine now, the doctors know how to play that game. They'll send you over here to an appointment, and they'll tell you, no, you got to go over to this specialist. So then you go over to there, and then he'll send you over to another one. And then he'll send you over for an MRI, which is another doctor's visit. And by the time you go through 12 different people and get back to the original one, they've milked the system for thousands of dollars.
Yep. And John hit the nail on the head. I never vote early. I think that's part of what the scam needs to work. I completely agree.
Because till November.
Yeah. Well, the vote coming up is for the primaries.
Primaries, yeah.
Yeah, we need to do the primaries so we can pick who's going to be on the ballots, or supposedly pick who's going to be on the ballots. But yeah, no, I completely agree. Where do you think they get all those votes that end up in a dumpster behind your local Walmart? They're all the early votes that got mailed in, sorted through, and every one of them that's deemed to be a Republican vote gets put in a dumpster. They found thousands of Republican vote ballots sealed in the middle of the desert here last year, this Biden election. Arizona had that election audited, and it was proven to be defective.
I wonder how many dead people voted.
Yet they never overturned it. They proved an independent auditor was hired. Tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of our tax dollars were spent to pay these auditors who proved that the election over here was fraudulent and defective. Yet they never did a fucking thing about it. And see, that's the problem with rhinos. You got all these rhinos that make a bunch of noise, but they don't do nothing because they're bought off by the Democrat money. It disgusts me. Think about not calling illegal immigrants, but newcomers. What the fuck?
Looks like we got another spammer in there.
Oh, jeez. Where's he at? It's Chang's egg fried rice. Fuck you.
Somebody wanted about 15 minutes fame there. 15 seconds.
Wilburn got him faster than I could. Thanks, John. He's a crack shot. He's a regular Marty McFly. Bad attitude. Isn't that crazy? It sure is. There's no election integrity anymore. Only idiots think this is okay. Exactly. Idiots with their fucking hands out that are too stupid to realize that when everybody has their hands out, nobody any longer works. Where's the government going to get the money to give the handouts from? Think about that, stupid. It is a system that will self-implode.
It ain't free. There ain't nothing in this life that's free.
No. It is a system that will self-implode. Socialism and communism has been proven time and time and time again throughout history. It does not fucking work. Period. History does and will repeat itself because people are too fucking stupid to learn from it. Those people who enable the bullying, the buying of illegals' votes is treason in its purest form. Absolutely. And if I'm not mistaken, treason in this country is still punishable by death. Am I right?
Yep.
Or has that been overruled too?
It's been a long time since we did it, but yeah.
Well, if it's on the books, it's on the books. You know? Hungarian, Romanian, and Austrian. Get the rope. Fucking A. The normal ones. Folks came here in 1610 and participated in changing the country from England to America. Remember you telling me about that, John? It's cool. That's patriotism in its purest form. It's actually something to be very proud of. Have a good weekend in direct.
Oh, Lord.
Hi, Jason. Appreciate you hanging out with us and listening to all this bullshit we're talking about. Kind of got on the...
Cousin Mike, I think you're right on that one.
What'd he say? It's been changed now. Treason gets you a seat in the White House. Yeah. Well, just look at fucking Hillary.
Flying a foreign flag inside the Capitol.
Isn't that disgusting?
By a state representative, and she's got it hanging over her door. That is no. That should be highly, highly illegal.
Yeah, no, it's disgusting. Oh, we've got terrorist Middle Eastern plants in the damn government. You know, it's ridiculous. Omar Ilhan, whatever the hell her name is, you know, I don't trust that bitch any further than I can throw her. Mohawk says, my mother's family came over on the second trip of the Mayflower in 1629. My aunt holds documents signed by Queen Elizabeth I for his passage to America at age 14. That's cool.
Way cool.
That is super cool. Everybody agrees. Voting early, ballot harvesting, etc. is fucked. Absolutely. No, my ballot will be handed in at the exact deadline on the exact day. Oh, we got this. Oh, okay. This just is. I've finally caught up to the spammer. John already booted his ass. Tell us how you really feel. I'm telling you, man, I'm fucking over it. You know, I look at my bank account, and I look at my truck, and I look at, you know, shit that I want to do to it. And, you know, it's not financially a smart move to spend money on a hobby right now. And it really, that never used to be a problem. And it really pisses me off. It's funny. Blake says, he didn't bring my fortune cookies. Yeah, it's disgusting. When we were learning about electoral college in middle school, 12-year-old me called my teacher out on the fact that our votes don't actually count and they can vote whomever they please. Yep. Absolutely. That's something else that needs to just flat ass go away.
Why'd they take government out of high school as a requirement for your high school diploma?
It took a lot of things.
To take government.
Well,
everybody
because
hated it, but you had to take it.
Well, and that was a good thing because once upon a time we were a government of the people, for the people, by the people. And that no longer holds true, so there's really no reason to teach it, I suppose, is there?
Nah, I think they started back in the 60s, early 50s, 60s, when all of our colleges got inundated
Yeah.
with operatives.
Became when they became, you mean when they became indoctrination asylums?
Yeah. Then they started teaching the teachers, and then the teachers started, and then they got the snowball going. And
Don't you mean brainwashing the teachers? Everything is so messed up and will only get worse.
Their labors.
Yeah. Everything is so messed up and will only get worse. The stage has to be set somehow for what's to come. If people are forced to get the shot, think of what they'll do if they want to eat.
I just read somewhere.
Fuck them. They sold us out. I completely agree. And,
average GPA is, what was it, 3.5 grade point average, whereas before it was like 2.75.
Yeah.
What that says is they're passing people through now.
Yep. Absolutely.
It's not a higher education level.
No.
It's push them out.
Well, and again, it's another money mill too.
Exactly, right.
College tuitions are as high as they are due to the government, taxpayer subsidized student loans. The student loan epidemic is what has driven the fucking tuitions through the moon. Exactly. Everybody's got to go to college. Therefore, everybody's got to take out a loan subsidized by the government, taxpayer. And the government will guarantee that it gets paid back. How could you lose? Put that in your fucking pipe and smoke it. I got a better idea.
All that student loan stuff, and it just,
I got a better idea. You take out a loan, you pay it back. It's that simple. I could go down to York Dodge here in town right now, tomorrow morning, if I wanted to, and buy me a brand new $150,000 pickup truck. Not that I would ever be that stupid. And I would be required, if I want to keep that truck, to make the ridiculous payment on it every month until the day that I've paid it off.
And they're doing this stuff with trade schools now.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Trade schools.
It's disgusting.
It's high tuitions and Wyotech. The tuition over, to go through Wyotech now, you'll leave there around $100,000 in debt.
Yeah.
And then you got to buy tools on top of that. Yeah.
Right. It's insane.
Horribly fail.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And the interest rates on these student loans, I've never been for student loans ever, but the interest rates on these things have doubled and tripled in the last few years. These things are competing with credit card rates.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Yeah. You're paying 20 and 30% interest on a fucking $100,000 loan. How do you ever get out from under that? It's a trap, people.
And every year you have to put in for new ones. So you'll get like 4, depending on how long you go to school.
Yeah.
All different loans, all under different interest rates.
Yeah.
Depending on the year it was. Yeah.
John Wilburn says, I think putting the trans flag in the American flag's place in honor of the Capitol building should have resulted in impeachment. I couldn't agree more. When I was belly dumping, when I was still operating my belly dump truck, before fuel skyrocketed and, Biden and, everything that resulted in me just parking the truck and saying, I don't want to do this anymore for zero profit. I flew a fuck Biden and fuck you for voting for him 3x5 foot flag on the back of my trailer. I got kicked off a job for that. And wouldn't you know, was it an EV manufacturing facility in Casa Grande, Arizona. Lucid Motors. Some of you may have heard of them. Okay. No. So I say, wait a minute. So what you're doing is you're stepping on my constitutional right to speak freely. Well, you're coming onto our property and we don't like that because it's vulgar. So I finished out the day being a complete wise ass, making $105 an hour. I would park at the gate, set the air brakes, get out of the truck, take the flag off, go in and dump the load, come back out, park, set the air brakes. Trucks would line up behind me while I got out there and put my flag back up and head on back to the pit to get another load. I did that for 2 days. In the meantime, I had ordered another flag that simply said FJB, let's go Brandon. Same dimensions, 3x5, but it didn't say fuck. Okay. Their initial complaint was that it was vulgar. So I removed the vulgarity and put one that got the same message across without using the F word. First day I show up and drove in with that FJB flag on the back, they had something to say about it. This time I asked them just how bad they needed this fucking truck here. Just like that. I asked him right to his face, the boss of the job. I said, just how bad do you need this fucking truck here? Because I don't need this truck here bad enough to give up my constitutional rights in this country. He asked for my punch ticket to sign me out. I went home and I went and found another job to put the truck on. I was officially thrown off the job for not putting up with Democrats. Yet that very same facility could 40 feet in the air fly a fucking rainbow flag for the entire month of June in my town where I lived and force me to look at that motherfucker day in and day out. Double standards. It's nothing if it's not a double standard with these people. I mean, this is what, 4 years ago now? You know, and it sticks in my fucking mind. It sticks in my mind. You hypocrite bastards. It reminds me of certain YouTube channels we know. The hypocrisy, there's no end to it. Wilburn knows exactly who I'm talking about. I'm sure you do too. But no, it's disgusting.
But I still watch a lot of those. Like Bill Maher. I watch Bill Maher. Russell Brand. I watch him.
Yeah.
Because if you don't listen to what the other side is saying, they'll get you.
Right. No, you're right.
And sometimes they do say something kind of funny too. So, you know. Right.
I'll tell you too, the irony about that was they got behind on that job, and a couple of months later they called me back and asked me to come work for them. And nothing. No, I very, very few things in this world have ever made me feel as good as I did when I said, no, thanks. And that's exactly how I said it too. I was polite. I said, no, thanks. I don't work for Democrats. And I hung up the phone. That was the last I heard. But yeah, they threw me off that fucking job, and then they got desperate. And see, you know, it's like California and all their emissions bans on the diesels and shit. But by God, when their fucking state's burning to hell, they're begging us to bring our non-compliant vehicles over there and help them put out their frickin' fires.
I can't buy a pack of menthol cigarettes in California because
really?
They're flavored. They entice Well, they say they entice black people to smoke and kids to smoke. Okay, the big one that got me was kids. Okay, they entice
Yeah.
kids to smoke. But I can walk across the street to a dispensary and buy gummy edibles,
Pot. Yeah, pot, weed.
gummies,
Uh-huh.
gummy bears.
Right, with THC in them.
Where's the
Yeah, candy flavored dope.
yeah, but I
Yeah.
can't have a menthol cigarette.
I did not know they outlawed menthols in California. I'll be damned.
Yeah, they
It
just
doesn't, it
did.
doesn't surprise me. And what's not racist about saying that it causes black people to smoke?
Yeah,
I
they
will
claimed
say,
it was racist.
you know, what's that?
They claimed it was racist too.
Well, no, I'm calling them racist.
Yeah, they are.
You know,
all those laws are.
I'm throwing their own ammunition right back at them. You know, it's just like Facebook calling me racist for using the F word. I mean, what the hell's racist about that? Saying, you know, F the government, that racist? Everything's racist these days, you know? I'm a fucking mutt, so, you know, I'm pretty easy to offend. You know, you can make a racial slur about just about any race and I could get offended. I mean, I'm a fucking mutt. I ain't afraid to admit it. Shit. You know? But, you know, it's stupid. Black people. It makes black people want to smoke cigarettes. You know, I do know a lot of black people enjoy menthols. I know a lot of white people enjoy menthols.
Yeah.
Hell, when I smoked, I didn't smoke them all the time, but once in a while, I enjoyed a menthol. I liked them.
Yeah, I do.
I remember this. You know, it was always, you know, if you'd bum a cigarette off of somebody, you know, a lot of people, they hate them, and it's a way to keep it's a way to keep people from bumming off of you. It's a menthol, and then they don't want the thing.
Normally, I do roll your owns, but I know what Uncle Tony went through doing that on YouTube. So,
what, the roll your owns? I didn't hear about that.
oh yeah, he gets popped all the time for rolling a cigarette on lives and stuff all the time.
What are they claiming as pot?
I guess, I don't know.
That's ridiculous.
I avoid it.
I used to have a little machine. I used to have a little machine, and I'd buy the tubes or the filters on them already. A little plastic machine that filled them up. Yeah.
I take mine and I pull the filters out. That's where the nasty stuff is.
Yeah, you're probably right, but I don't smoke anymore, so it don't bother me. But
that's my only vice I got left, and I'm sticking with it. I gave up everything else. It's the only vice. I love Trace Atkins's point on this because it is perfect. It's the only vice I can do that I don't have to apologize to somebody else later for it.
Right.
John Wilburn says, "Do something stupid."
Yeah. Right. John Wilburn says, "I know a lot of people that worship marijuana, but I hate it. I personally hate it too."
Yeah, I never did like it.
The biggest thing I hate about it is that, you know, these assholes, they think they can smoke it and drive. Well, you can't drink beer and drive. You can't drink whiskey and drive. So what makes you think you can drink something else that impairs you in a similar way and drive?
And the stuff out there today ain't what was out there in the 80s, 90s, 70s, and 60s.
It's one hit shit, man. You take one hit off of it and your dick's in the dirt, pal. And not to mention what they might lace it with. Yeah, I have no interest. Shit, having a CDL is, you know, keeps me, you know, I don't want it around me. I don't want you smoking it around me because I don't want the possibility of inhaling your secondhand smoke and ended up with that shit in my system and jeopardizing my CDL.
That's it. All you got to do is walk down the sidewalk now.
It's ridiculous.
Go to the beach in California. Yeah, try to do a pee test after going to the beach.
Racist is a label thrown about to scare people out of saying dissenting opinion. All quest for actual racial justice was lost long ago. Absolutely. Vic says, I can't stand the odor. It smells like a flaming dumpster full of skunk assholes. Yep. Very well said, Vic. Yeah, there's smoke into the air I have to breathe. Yeah. Take your weed and stick it up your ass. Big Block 402 hates the smell as well. My job does a random hair test. That's good. Hey, I finally caught up on the comments.
That's a good one because it'll test all the way back.
Yep. Goes all the way back. Unless you're a bald bastard like me. But I suppose they could
take it off my back.
Yeah, well, they could take it out of this too, out of my beard. Any hair that has a follicle. I know there's folks who don't like the smell of cigarettes, but I don't reek of tobacco farm. I don't reek of a tobacco farm that was on fire. My job does sniffer dog testing. I feel sorry for the dogs on drugs, right? What was that flash of white? my bald fucking head. Next time I'll warn you, I'll put your sunglasses on. I hear a hair test is 7 years. Natural bodybuilding tests that way. Yeah. Found out at 14 that I'm highly allergic to THC. I had to explain to my dad why I was in the ER. Well, crap, the doctor beat me to it. Not a good day. So you didn't just find out, but you found out the hard way.
My biggest thing on it is it was expensive and it was illegal.
Yeah.
But a 12-pack of beer was cheaper and it was legal. So...
Well,
I cheaped out. I went with the 12-pack of beer.
Well, the other thing about the 12-pack of beer is alcohol is predictable.
Yeah, that's why it was beer.
Well, you might get fucked up once because you drank too much, but you learn. One beer is going to do this to me. One shot of tequila or whiskey is going to do this to me. And you can predict what it's going to do to you. And if you're not stupid about it, you can predict where you're going to end up. Trouble with weed is you take a couple hits off a joint, you don't know what the hell it's going to do to you or how long it's going to last. No, thank you. It just don't interest me.
And like I said, you could get caught, popped, and lose everything for it.
Right.
For what? It makes no sense.
And when I was younger, before I had the CDL and everything, I did smoke it a couple of times. Couple of times is enough to learn that this shit ain't for me. I just didn't like it. It was unpredictable.
Yeah, I bought one bag my whole life.
I never even bought a bag.
And didn't even finish it.
Yep, I never even bought a bag. I smoked a joint with a friend a couple of times, different times, different weed, different friends, different results both times. I didn't like either one of them, and screw that shit.
Puts me right out. That's why I didn't like it. I didn't even get to enjoy it. It just boom out.
Yep.
That ain't no fun.
Exactly. But like John said, these bastards, they worship it. Stone cold sober for 46 years. Why aren't you just a poster boy?
I have been
seriously, good on you, John. There's not too many people anymore that can actually say that.
14 years now. I haven't had a drink in 14 years.
I still like my beer, but that's it. Maybe a
But
shot
I
of
had
whiskey
to.
once in a while.
I got a little out of control.
Yeah. Well, but you were able to take control of it and own it.
Yeah.
And that, that takes more strength than anything.
My biggest problem is I never desired it. I could go a month, 6 months, whatever, and not crave it at all. But once I crack one beer,
You
I
couldn't
got to
quit
drink the 12 pack, and then I got to go to the store, get another
and get
one
more.
until I fall down and pass out.
Yeah,
So
once
I
you get started.
finally just said, I don't want to do this anymore.
It's like a runaway diesel.
Yeah, exactly.
I've known people like that. It happens.
Never knew I was an alcoholic because I never desired it.
Right.
You
But
know,
in a way you did, it took getting a taste of it to trigger it.
yeah. Well, I used it so I could talk to people. I'm actually extremely shy and extremely recluse. So I'd have a few beers to be able to mingle out with people,
Right.
and, have a good time. It was a bad crutch.
Yeah.
And
Lars
it
is
took all
at
the stage right away. Trying to get up on stage. Woohoo!
Lars
But falling
says
off the stage hurts in the morning.
had an old neighbor tell me years ago the best buzz you feel is a fat bank account. He was a character. Nothing sucks like a fucking hangover.
Oh Lord, yeah. Or worse, I hang on.
Right. I'm boring and I make no apologies for it. I wouldn't say you're boring, John. Been sober for 16 years and cigarette free for 4 years. I quit
cool.
smoking in 2018. And I used the vape for a while and I quit that. And then I got pissed off one day and started doing it again.
That's what happened to me.
But I didn't pick up the damn cigarettes again, though.
I got pneumonia real bad one year, and after that I didn't crave a cigarette. So I just again never smoked again. But I was working for a good friend of mine. We're still good friends. So I'm not going to say who it was, but he went for 2.5 months without paying me, and the stress of that.
Got you to pick up a cigarette.
Finally, and I went back.
Vic says I came from a family of drunken assholes. That was enough for me to not do it. I don't hate a beer every now and then, but it's just not for me. I like my liver. I hate my lungs. Good deal, Mohawk. Sober life is awesome. Exactly.
But a good cigarette, that just helps with the anxiety. And you don't get buzzed.
Right. Joe Wall says
not being in control of my own head.
Right. And see, that's the thing. Even though I do like a beer, or a whiskey and Coke or something once in a while, I don't get drunk. I don't like it. I don't like being drunk. I don't like losing control.
Yeah.
I enjoy, like you're talking about the cigarette, I enjoy the cold beer on a hot day and a relax, or a whiskey and Coke at the end of the day with dinner, whatever, to relax and kick back and watch the YouTube or whatever. But one or two, and that's it. I don't like the hangovers. I don't like being drunk, and I don't want to get that way. And fortunately, I don't have the problem where I drink one and I got to have more and more and more. I don't become a runaway diesel engine. But I've known, I get what you're talking about. I have known people, others that have been that way too. It happens. Lars heard a story of a guy who said he didn't want to quit smoking because that'll cause him to have another heart attack.
I used to have a T-shirt that said "Surgeon General's warning," nagging me about my smoking is hazardous to your health.
The didn't want to quit smoking because causing that sounds like something Rich would say. There, I said it. I guess I managed to get on Cabral's hit list.
I've avoided all that.
He was out there he made a video calling me Tony's Hot Dog Garage. Okay.
Ah, you made the big time.
Yeah, fuck it, right? Lars, a heart attack can cost you 5 hours in the hospital on life support with an imaginary woman seizing your YouTube account. And
I just don't like what those guys are doing to John. John,
no, it's
got
fucking
a heart of gold.
disgusting.
All of you guys out there who haven't met John yet, but I think all of you have now, though, you'll know John is one heck of a good person. And to see what they, tried to do to him and cut him down every 2 ways a Sunday, that's just asinine.
That's a fact, Lars. He texted me a video the other day. It sums up Cabral, and that is a dead fact. If you don't know him, Vic, you're better off. You ain't missing much. Well, what pissed him off was
dog too.
Yeah. What pissed him off at me anyway was and then he made this big production about how I was whining and this, that, and the other thing. I made a simple comment on his channel because he he's making all these videos about Jabba. The Jabba, that's his new nickname for Rich 220. He's completely gone down the rabbit hole of just obliterating Rich 220. And he's of the whole, the rest of that clan. Well, no, but what's funny was I made a very simple comment, and I was laughing at Cabral, and I said, so it's okay for you to do this shit, but you and your tribe crucify my friends and I for cracking jokes at him. Just a simple comment. And then he comes out with this video, which was absolutely hilarious. It shows the lack of integrity of this bastard. He comes out with this video. He's calling me Tony's Hot Dog Garage and blah, 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 blah. Oh, and by the way, Tony, you're blocked. Oh, whatever. I don't give a shit that I'm blocked. But what that tells me is he's too chicken shit to put his neck out there for a rebuttal.
Oh yeah, he'll get shot. They'll find out it's fake.
You respond to my comment, which was I didn't even use a cuss word. And you respond to it with, by the way, you're blocked. I just thought it was hilarious. That right there, Matt, right there proves that he's just a chicken shit. He's just a chicken shit. He's your typical liberal is what he is. He's a one-sided, argumentative bastard. It's what he says goes, and you don't get to talk. He will get exposed and he will get taken down.
Oh, he did. New Guy's Garage nailed him.
No, I mean, again.
Oh, yeah, and then he'll disappear. And
New Guy's Garage got him. He deleted his whole fucking channel.
Yeah.
But then he resurfaced, unfortunately. Turds always eventually float back to the top, I suppose. Yeah, we never treated Rich like Cabral's tribe ever. you know, and
as
I
far
don't
as
know.
Rich goes,
I don't watch. I don't
we
watch that Will
tried
and
to help
Dave.
Rich.
Yeah. Oh, we all tried to help him. You know, I don't go out of my way to see what Will and Dave are fucking saying anymore, but I always, every one of these hateful Cabral videos that come out against Jabba, yeah, you know, old Dave's always the first damn commenter on there, you know, about laughing his ass off or this, that, or the other thing. Well, you know, he's just backing Cabral up. But not Rich, but fucking Will threatened to put my teeth in the fucking curb on a live video. I have a copy of it. Over Raz and Rich. It's stupid. And, you know, the offer still stands, Will. If your trolls are in here, if you really got the fucking balls to take me on, shoot me an email. I'll send you my fucking address. You're more than welcome, asshole. It goes for Dave, too.
I don't know who Dave is.
DRC.
Oh, okay.
That asshole. He's the lowest scum.
Yeah, when I shut those guys
right,
off,
I might edit that out.
I don't watch any of their videos. I don't look at them. You know, they're just.
Yeah, I'll tell you what's funny is the other day Rich was bragging about he's been on YouTube since a year after YouTube started, and the dude's got like 517 subs. Been on there for 20 fucking years or whatever. He's got 500 subs.
That tells you something.
He was getting downright belligerent in that and I was gonna I was gonna download that video too, and he took it down. He was getting downright belligerent. I'll fight you, Tony. You need to saw off a leg and start smoking again. But I think I've got to reach. Yeah, you're right, John. They ain't worth it. Cancel culture 210. So yeah, right. Uncle Bungle. Uncle Bunghole. We laugh at Rich's arrogance and lies, but those guys tear him apart to a point that he fakes a heart attack to get them off of him, and they still don't quit.
Oh, Lord.
Like I said, I don't know what the other two assholes are doing, but
that's kind of a pack of wolves he got thrown into, and he tried to run with them. And
well, he brings a shit on himself. Hell, he pours all his personal problems out onto the fucking internet. What do you think's going to happen, dude? Orangutan arms. Lars is back here laughing his ass off. It's proof of concept. Yeah. Damn it, I need sub. Where's my fucking blanket? All right. And be like Rich. Hell.
I punched those guys out long time ago.
Yeah, they're just low lives.
Everybody got me back on Rich's one there for a while. Then I did that video on how to set a distributor every time and never be 180 out. And that was specifically for him.
Yeah.
And then left it at that. But I never mentioned his name in it. Don't want any of the baggage that goes with it.
Right. I don't blame you. I'm to the point where I just don't care. You know, it irritates me, like you were saying, the shit they do to John, you know, and John Wilburn might be in Virginia, but if he called me right now and really needed something, I'd find a way to get there.
Oh
And
yeah.
I think he knows that. You know, he's a good friend, and I've always been that guy. You fuck with my friends, you mess with one bean, you're gonna get the whole burrito analogy kind of deal. I just don't like it. And I'm to the point that I just don't care anymore. They want to fuck with my friends, they're gonna get me too. They only wanted Rich
Yeah.
long enough to get him to talk bad about us, and they threw him under the bus for their own amusement. Some friends they were. Yeah, you nailed it. You nailed it. He was just another pawn on their chessboard.
But I still watch Wild Rose. I got nothing against Nolan. He just hangs out in a different crowd.
I have a little bit different take on that. Anybody that I catch hanging out in there is pretty much a traitor to me. You don't, if you're going to hang out with the enemy, you're not any better than a spy. Are you their friends or are you my friends?
I'm a little more open than that.
I used to be.
I don't judge people by the people that they hang with. I judge people by what they do. And if they involve with that, then yeah, that's different. But
Yeah, well, the last time I actually spent more than a couple of minutes watching that live that Nolan was hanging out in there with, he was engaging in the shit talk and the hatred and the nastiness and the threats, and I just nah. I don't know. Personally, if I heard somebody say they were going to smash your head into the concrete wall, I don't think I'd have time for them either, or anybody that wanted to hang out with them. And that was the straw that broke the camel's back for me. I used to be, like you, a little more open about it, a little more open-minded about it. But if you're going to hang out with the people that are going to stoop that low, then you're just not, I don't need you. It's a shitty way to be, I guess, and I'm not afraid to admit it. Maybe it is a little shitty of me to be that way, but
and like I said, once that happened, well, it was personal with Will.
Right.
He used my name, my channel name, to go after Uncle Tony. And I had nothing to do with none of it. And it pissed me off. I sent him a big old, you get my damn name off of it. Yeah. I don't cuss a lot, but it was in there. Boom, boom, boom. Lots of color.
Right.
You take my name off this shit. I was in there to talk about a fucking Ford fucking Torino.
Right.
None of this other shit. And I didn't participate in any of that shit. He pulled it. He changed this title, took my name out of it.
Yep.
That, and then after that, I haven't watched any of his lives. And that was clear back when he first went off the deep end, against all of us. He used my name to go after somebody that I had nothing to fucking do with. No way, pal.
Oh, it's disgusting. They've attacked a lot of us that they've had for reasons we've had nothing to do with. I mean, what the hell did John ever do to any of them?
Helped them.
Right. Tony, watch your mailbox. Sorry it's taking so long. Rough few weeks. No problem. I will definitely watch. I'm excited for it to show up. Remember, he did my Charger. And it's banged up, rusted out glory. Did a nice job of it too. Yeah, I'm not okay with somebody who violently threatens Barrows. You become who you hang out with. Exactly.
But they've left me alone, so maybe that's what it took. I don't know. Or I just haven't, because I haven't engaged in there. Maybe that's why they've left me alone.
Well, I think
I'm
that's
not
what got me.
complaining though.
Right. You know, and if I'm being honest, I probably got on their radar by defending John. But I don't care. I will defend my friends.
Oh yeah. I'm not cutting
You know?
down board at all.
Oh no, I know you're not, but they damn sure are. And
Oh yeah.
fuck them. How DSC Rose and Will, I've not yet canceled on anyone in the YouTube community, but I don't watch their stuff anymore. I'm not I unsubscribed from all those assholes a long time ago. You absolutely didn't do anything wrong, Barrows. He really used you as a vehicle to tarnish another YouTuber. That's what he does. It's the same thing he did to Rich and everybody else. That's what they're like the locusts.
Me and Ari were in there contradicting him, telling you, hey, no, it's not like this. Whoa, stop. What the hell are you doing?
Yeah, that's another one that they attacked was Ari.
Good Lord. Ari is one cool guy.
Yeah. So is Heaven's Mopars Scott, who they attacked.
Good Lord, yeah. You can't get anybody. They went after Scott.
Yeah. Yeah. They went after Scott.
Scott has got to be the nicest guy I've ever.
Yeah.
He's
same here.
To a fault. Truthfully,
same here.
To a fault,
yeah.
He's too nice. Oh man.
I bet that man don't kill flies.
No. He's the kind of guy
Seriously.
that puts a spider in the house and takes it outside.
No. Yeah, the nicest guy in the world. Yeah, and those motherfuckers attacked Scott. It's disgusting. I found out at No Name last year. It was a couple of grown men on YouTube dedicated to talk shit about those poor miserable bastards. Is that the best you can do, Lars? Scott's a great guy. Yeah, he is. No, they were tearing him apart for wanting to restore that Charger, going on about what a piece of shit it is and how, what an idiot he is for doing it and this, that, and the other thing. How do you do that?
It's his car.
It's his car.
Whatever the hell he wants to
If he wants to set fire to it, it's his car.
If he wants to roll it out in the front yard and run it over, it's his car.
This $100 bill right here, it's mine. If I want to set fire to it and put it on my desk and watch it burn, it's mine to do it to. Yeah. No, that's the kind of assholes those people are. That's how, that's where the whole "that will be a car" hashtag started growing legs. That it will be a car again thing that we've been doing with Scott. That's where that thing grew its legs, was in retort to those dickheads.
And a lot of that is jealousy.
Absolutely, it is. Because
make it into a car, just like Buck did with the Cruda.
Right.
That thing was hashed.
Yeah.
Now it's a car.
Well,
but by doing all of that, he's doing it himself. He's doing it the way he can do it himself. And he's going to get more views, and his channel will build faster and better and legitimately, and theirs isn't.
Right. Scott will not only take that car and make it into a car again, but he'll make it into a nice car.
Yeah.
And there's not one of those assholes that has even the inkling on how to do that.
Because they can't wrap their head around.
They flaunt their money.
There's 1,000,001 ways to build a car. It's all to the point that
Right.
you want to build it.
Well, these idiots, they flaunt their money. You know, everything they have is bought and paid for. They never turned a wrench one on it. I won't be indifferent to people who hate Scott either. We become who we hang out with.
I can't believe they went after Scott.
Yeah, isn't that just chicken shit
Wow. The nicest guy
in the world?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Chicken shit. Just absolute chicken shit.
Stephen Holtz is pretty close to being just as nice, too.
Yeah, he's cool.
That was so cool when they spent them 2 weeks here.
Was it? Yeah. You did
cool.
some filming on that, didn't you? One of you or him?
I did some lives. I kind of took the back seat and let him do it. Yeah, all the filming and stuff.
I do remember seeing videos on that. You guys had a good time.
You see me running around with the backhoe, moving stuff around and stuff like that.
One thing you never see the haters do is work on anything, nonetheless make videos. Yeah.
You'll see them polish it. Wipe it down with a rag.
You can't paint a vintage Chevy car.
Oh no.
The metal's bad on all of them. Paint won't stick. Boy, he was getting all lit up in that live the other day. Somebody was challenging him on that, and he was getting all pissed off. He brought it on himself.
Yeah, see, I pull the filters out. That's nasty.
That's funny.
That's why I don't care if they're lights, regulars. It don't matter. I pull the filters.
Don't matter. They're all regulars when you tear the filters off of them. Keep telling, well, I love you and never cancel you like I did on Buff and Kim's. I hope a smoochy over amorous love heart will pour hot coals over the critical heavens. I don't watch any of them, so I have no idea about any of this until you all talk about it. I get curious and want to watch them, but my brain goes, nope, I won't give them the views. I don't give them the views. I go and I download the damn thing and I watch it on my local machine. You can download a YouTube video from a link without giving them a view or the watch hours.
Nah, it's too complicated. I don't want it.
Actually, it's not.
Then I gotta remember to delete it. Otherwise, I'll fill my computer up. And I'm bad at that. In fact, I'm getting to the point now I got to do another dump.
I've got
stick them all in my external hard drive.
I've collectively got roughly 40 terabytes of storage on the property here, so I'm not necessarily hurting for space.
I've only got 2 terabyte in the computer, and then I buy those 2 terabyte externals.
Hell, this computer.
But I save everything. I save my rough footage.
Yep.
Right as it comes out of the camera, I save the edited version. And then I got a lot of them that I've downloaded off of, well, like lives. You can download them. And then you can switch them to a video. And then it pushes them as a video instead of a live, because YouTube won't push lives. Which reminds me, that one that I did on how I edit and stuff like that. I got to finish that one up. That's one I got downloaded that I that I'm in the process of transferring to a regular video.
According to those two, I'm the anarchist, contrary to people who have actually met me, right? Yeah, they're fucking delusional, John. They're absolutely delusional.
That's where I tell everybody, if you was to meet John in person, you would change your tune in about 5 seconds.
You know, I compare it to a Trump hater. And that's exactly what it is. It's blind hatred of something they know nothing about. It's no different than a dumb Trump guy. When you really boil it down, it's blind hatred of something they know nothing about or are jealous of. Half these
Trump
assholes.
himself, I don't like him. Himself, you know, I don't like him.
Who, Trump?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as president, yeah, I like him for his faults.
Right. Well,
You know,
for starters, he don't sugarcoat shit, and he ain't a politician. He ain't in it for the money. He's got plenty of that already. He ain't into sucking ass. You know, I made a great analogy the other night in Ken's live, and I'll say it again. And that's not the first time I've ever said it, but went down the political rabbit hole and I brought it up. But let's just say your shitter plugs up real good and you can't fix it and you call a plumber. And that plumber comes out and he's the biggest asshole you ever met. You can't stand this motherfucker and you can't wait for him to get the hell out of your house. But he clears your toilet and you pay the bill and he leaves. Next time you got to take a shit, you remember that douchebag motherfucker. He wasn't such a bad guy now, was he? He might have been an asshole, but he did a great job at what he was hired to do. You know, and that's the way I look at Trump. Love him or hate him, the guy's good at his job. You don't have to like him as a person. You don't have to go drink beers with the guy. But he's good at his job. And you can't argue with results. Period.
And you know what's on his mind because he sits there on the toilet on the Twitter machine just going crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some of it's a little out there. Some of it's, man, somebody take his phone away.
Lars says, ASO, how dare you offer to buy a plane ticket to kick my ass? Mohawk says, last time I watched DBG, the night he threatened Tony, fuck him. Yeah. Dirtbag garage. Dumb bitch garage. Dick and butt garage. Hell yeah. I'm going to send you a couple of stickers, John.
And then if they wanted somebody to, that actually could run against him, put up somebody and run against him. Good Lord Almighty.
Right.
Crooked Hillary, she should have been, there's another treason.
Oh.
Benghazi, and she got those guys killed.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. No, she should have been hanged a long time ago.
On the Haiti situation, they still haven't fixed Haiti.
Well, hell, as far as I'm
got a whole bunch of money for that.
Mm-hmm. As far as I'm concerned, Biden's a traitor for turning over all the military equipment to the fucking Taliban. You know, forget about the dollar value that the American taxpayer absorbed on it. You know, given that much firepower, leaving it for the fucking Taliban. How is that not treason?
Now we got troops getting hit with drones.
You know, and then old Bomber.
They didn't have that before.
And the list goes on of the traitorous crap that old Bummer pulled.
Oh, good Lord.
It's disgusting.
He got the Nobel Peace Prize. The Nobel Peace Prize. And during his acceptance speech, explained to the world why we were going to war. During the acceptance speech to the Nobel fucking Peace Prize.
Yeah,
That says it all. That says every last bit of it.
It's sickening. It's absolutely sickening.
Yeah, don't get me started on that. That is just, I hate that guy. I wish Romney would have won.
Die cut vinyl decals. Three by 8. Some of you probably seen the one in various videos on the back of my red pickup, but that is currently the only one in existence. I need to get a bunch of these cut and get them for sale on the website. I'm actually going to start getting a bunch of shit ready in a political section on the website, shirts and hats and whatnot, decals.
Yeah, they do. They know they can get away with it.
Yeah, you shouldn't be able to be a career politician, right? I mean, just ask Joe Blow, Poopy Pants Joe. Been a politician for what, 40 years? What the hell has he accomplished? Not a damn thing.
Makes about as much sense as going to college to get a business degree to work at a non-profit organization and pull over 6 figures in salary.
I know, right?
On a non-profit organization.
I stand corrected. 52 years. 52 years that fossil's been floating around the United States government. And he's done absolutely nothing but launder American tax dollars into his personal accounts. Yeah, he's worse than the fucking mob.
I remember in the 80s when we went against him, Al Gore, and Tipper.
Right.
Bitch. Oh, that fucking whore. God.
Which one?
Tipper.
Oh.
She was almost our first lady. God, I was sweating bullets. And we sent Dee Snyder to set them straight. They went after John Denver. John Denver.
Yeah. It's kind of like going after Scott.
And Frank Zappa.
Done nothing but line his pockets. Yeah. Becoming a millionaire as a public servant. Bullshit. I can smell bullshit from a mile away. May or may not be any of your guys' style, but there's a Southern band called Rebel Sun. And they're a little vulgar and a little crude. Southern country music. I sent Wilburn the video via text one night, but they do a song called I Smell Bullshit from a Mile Away. And it fits today's American politics quite well.
I like the outlaw country.
Yeah.
I always have.
Some of the real underground, old David Allan Coe stuff. Yeah. And yeah. Some of he
goes way back.
Yeah, some of the quality of some of it isn't the best, the audio quality, but I own probably every one of them old songs. I've got dozens of them on the server. And some of them are, very poorly digitized tape recordings and shit like that. But I have them, and they're decent enough to enjoy listening to.
did you buy them at truck stops?
Never bought it.
As a kid, you used to go to a truck stop and they had a roller rack of cassette tapes, and that's where you find all that stuff.
Yeah, no, most of what I've got, I've downloaded through the years as a means of replacing what I've lost through the years. And, because you can't buy any of that stuff anymore, unless you
find a cassette player that'll actually play a tape and not eat it.
I know, right? Well, and if you could find it, whoever's got it, is probably going to be up there, kind of like the price of Mopar parts. But David Allen Co. didn't consent to being canceled. Nope. The one that I have yet to be able to find again was there was a comedian, and I did buy this tape in a truck stop in the early 90s. I remember his name. It was John Fox.
Oh.
And do you remember him?
Yeah.
Do you remember the Archibald Barisal story?
Yeah.
That he did? You asked for it, fucker. I cannot find it anywhere on my.
Who was the crank caller guy too?
Oh, the Jerky Boys, or no, not the Jerky Boys. Roy D. Mercer.
Roy D. Mercer.
How big a boy are you?
Yeah.
And if it happened to be a woman on the other end of the phone, his wife Sharon Jean had come down and whooped your ass.
I'll open a can of whoop ass on you.
Yeah. I've actually got a few of his albums. Yeah, he's funny. And there was the Jerky Boys. You remember the Jerky Boys? They did the same sort of stuff, just a little bit different style. Uh-oh, I think Bear Rose froze up. Maybe his internet's done. Well, at least he's smiling at us. What the hell? If he's going to freeze up, at least he can look happy about it, right? It is cold there. Yeah, he said he had like 8 inches of snow on the ground when he came on earlier. Yep, he's gone. Yep, so cold it froze the internet. He's laughing too hard. That was a good one, John. Yeah, the old crank collars, all that stuff that's kind of gone to the wayside. Like I always say, I miss the America that I grew up in, because we certainly ain't in the same one today. Wow, we've done a pretty good job burning up 3 hours. It's been fun. 3 hours and 7 minutes. We still got 15 in here. I'll give Barrows a minute to see if he's going to try to come back. And if not, I think we'll go ahead and shut it down. Yeah, so I need to get with you. Do you have my number? I think I texted you. Sent me your number in Facebook. I thought I texted you back. I'll check. If I didn't, I'll shoot you a text after, so you get my number after I shut this down. But I do remember you sent me yours, so I've got yours, so I'll get you mine. Kevin's Rust, it's not cold here. It's sloppy, wet snow turning to rain. That's the worst kind, because then when the temperature drops, now you got glare ice. Dang it, the internet conked out. I figured that might be what happened. But, when you left us, you had a big grin on your face like you was having a good time. So So I said, at least he looks happy about it. I was headed to bed, but dang, I hurt. Sounds good. Well, Kim, I appreciate you hanging out with me tonight, and everybody in the chat. And John, thank you for putting the spam bots at bay for us, and any of the other mods. I appreciate you guys being in here and helping out, and everybody in the chat. I think we had a pretty good time tonight. I know I did. Good way to unwind after a long week. Great live. Really enjoyed this one, everybody. Yeah, heck yeah. It was a pleasure having you on. It was nice chatting with you. We don't do that enough. Great live. Later all, have a good weekend. You do the same. John Wilburn says it was a fun evening. It certainly was. Always have something good to talk about, and we always end up late night political rabbit hole, but I'm all right with that. Not the kind I'm like Trump. I don't sugarcoat shit. And I'll never ask anybody to sugarcoat anything on this channel either. So just the way we roll around here. Big Block's on the hunt for another Mustang. Well, good luck, Steven. And with that, I think I'm going to shut her down. Y'all have a great weekend. We'll catch you in the next one. Later.